Good morning, guys. It's Navin joining the call. Can you guys hear me? Could you please type in the chat window if you're able to hear me fine, guys? Can you just type in a Y or a yes or something like that? Great. Thank you, Anjaneya. Just give me one moment. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, guys. So I guess we'll go ahead and get started, guys. Before I start, here is a brief introduction about myself. Give me one moment. Sorry about that. Okay, there you go. Sorry about that, guys. My name is Navin Paturu. I have about over 23 years experience in the world of IT and analytics. I lived in USA for about 10 plus years. Last 13 years, I'm here in India. I primarily work on R, Python, Hadoop, Spark, Azure ML, and Tableau. These are the contents of one of the courses that we are offering here as part of our diploma of artificial intelligence and data science and big data analytics. I will also be discussing about that today. Today, my aim or my objective is I want to give you a slightly high level and a non-technical overview and try to understand what we should do in times of COVID and how it helps, how we can help ourselves, guys, okay? So I'm going to share a few views and perspectives. Please try to take the good from it and try to use it in your own way and things like that, guys, okay? So that's a brief introduction about myself. Let me come back here. We'll get started. So today the mantra is stay home, stay safe. And I would say as you stay home and stay safe, stay learning. More precisely, I mean, keep learning. And that would be my mantra, guys, okay? Why is that important? We'll try to understand that, guys, okay? An investment in knowledge is the best investment, Benjamin Franklin. So if you invest in knowledge, that is the best out of everything, guys, okay? Short and sweet, nothing much, pretty straightforward to and simple to understand, guys, okay? So we have the profession of the future. Today, everybody is talking about artificial intelligence and AI. Everybody is talking about data analytics and big data and data science, guys, okay? Data is everything today, and that is why we are referring anything related to data as a profession of the future. Why? Let's try to understand, guys. Some of you may be interested in better careers. I'm sure everybody is interested in better careers, guys. And I'm sure everybody is interested in better salary. We work the whole day and night to get our salary. And the better the salary, the better we can support our families and so on, guys, okay? It's not only the big companies, but a lot of small companies, whether they are into IT or non-IT, they are trying to get into the world of analytics, guys, okay? More precisely, as you work with the data, as the companies working with the data, they become better companies. So we should say the companies are becoming better and they are hiring. The job opportunities are much better. Or in other words, data scientist is the sexiest job of the 21st century. In the history of mankind, I don't think any job was called as a sexy job or a sexiest job. Today, Harvard University is rephrasing it and saying, it is the most valuable job of the 21st century, guys, okay? Countries today are using data to fight Corona. Why and how? Let's try to understand, guys. In other words, everybody has data. Data is everywhere, but the problem, they don't know how to use the data. There is a hammer, there's a screwdriver. Don't use a hammer if you need a screwdriver. Don't use a screwdriver if you need a hammer. If you want to fix a nail into the hammer, into a wall, don't use a hammer. Or, my bad, if you want to fix a nail into a wall, don't use a screwdriver. If you want to fix a nail into a door, don't use a hammer. Okay, so in other words, what is hammer and screwdriver, guys? Machine learning and deep learning are becoming your hammer and screwdriver, guys, okay? The problem, world is changing. How fast? It is changing very, very fast, guys, okay? Data is at the heart of the change. Good news, data can help. Data can make you smarter. What do we mean by smarter? Know when to use a hammer versus screwdriver. Don't use a hammer if you need a screwdriver. So if you know how to use a hammer and a screwdriver, which is the machine learning and the deep learning and the visualization and the data related tools and techniques, you'll have an advantage. Data can help. Okay, the problem, very few people are there who have an idea how to use these principles and concepts, the machine learning and the deep learning concepts, guys. Okay, so that is where the artificial intelligence is coming. Machine learning is the heart of artificial intelligence, guys. If you think of artificial intelligence like cricket, machine learning is learning how to hit the fours. Deep learning is learning how to hit the sixes. Okay, so machine learning is the heart of artificial intelligence. Deep learning is the heart of machine learning. When humans fail, bring in the machines. When machine learning fails, bring in deep learning. What does that mean? We'll try to understand. The problem, not many people have an idea. Not many people are there. In other words, imagine there is a job opening for a Java or a .NET position in a company. Anywhere in our country, by the end of the day, you get about 5,000 to 10,000 resumes. But if there is a data science or an AI professional or a machine learning engineer job, less than 5 resumes are coming. Or in other words, 5 to 10 resumes come by the end of the day. Hundreds and thousands of people are learning Java and .NET, guys, okay? At any point of time, there are thousands and thousands of people. Very few people are learning the data science and the artificial intelligence. Why? Because it is new. Not many people know. Okay, so we'll try to understand more about that one in a bit here. Let's see what is the language of the machines, guys. You keep hearing about what is called natural language processing. King and queen in life. Can any one of you type in how a king and queen in life are related, guys? Can you think loud? It's a slightly tough question, but just in a friendly way. You don't have to be 100% correct. Okay, so in other words, we can say king and queen together make a life. This is the language of the machines. Machines give a talk in this in terms of like this. What does that mean? Let's go one step ahead. Let's come here. King minus man plus woman equals to queen. Again, that is the language of the machines, guys. Okay, so what that means is, let's come here. What is king to a queen is a man to a woman. In other words, king is the husband of a queen. What is man? Man is like a husband for a woman. Right, guys? This is the language of the machines. Why is it important? Let's come here, take a look at this. What is happening? Roger Federer minus tennis plus cricket equals to Sachin Tendulkar. Again, that is the language of the machines. What does that mean? What it means is Sachin Tendulkar is the Roger Federer of the cricket, is what it means. Machines understand this kind of patterns. Machines are saying, hey, they're saying Roger Federer minus tennis is equal to Sachin Tendulkar. If you take cricket on this side, you can say Sachin Tendulkar minus cricket. The meaning of that is, what is Roger Federer to tennis is Sachin Tendulkar to the cricket. Everybody with me, guys? Can you quickly type in a yes or a Y, please, if you understood that? Good, guys. So that is kind of, you know, what it means logically to humans, guys. Okay, so now why it is important, we'll try to understand. Okay, what is happening? If you take a look at this, I'm sure you all know that this is the basketball game. But can you think of what is pass, catch, and shoot mean, guys? What are these things in basketball? Okay, might be a slightly tough question. How about, let's say, we'll call them, they're the fundamentals of the game. Today, natural language processing, machine learning, deep learning, and computer vision are the fundamentals of the present. You go to any job, any domain, anywhere, these things are becoming the fundamentals, guys. Every company, every business is trying to understand how to use this kind of things into their business and how to benefit out of that, guys. Okay, but the problem, not many people are there. What's happening today? We're all staying home. Why? So that we can stay safe. But imagine you stay home and you stay safe. What's happening? Something is missing. It is not enough. Or in other words, there is something else we can go ahead and add. What is that? To make a life better, there is something we can do, guys. Okay, so something is missing is what I'm trying to convey. If you go one step ahead, it is learning. As you stay home, as you stay safe, also add learning. Then what becomes? That becomes a good life. Okay, what is learning, guys? Learning is life. A kid touches water, a kid touches fire, and he learns. He experiences water, he experiences fire, he learns. When you touch fire, your fingers will burn. When you touch water, you get a different experience. What is that? That is life. Okay, so what is learning? Learning is life. But what is life? Life is also learning. Why are we all here? We are here to learn. It is learning which is first bringing us together. Then the jobs and the opportunities and all those things come here, guys. Okay, what are we doing? We are learning at this moment of time. What is it? That is life. Okay, so learning is equal to life. So here is another one. The game of life is a game of everlasting learning, which means life is like a game. In this game, we are always learning, is what it is. Those who refuse to learn are not living, is another saying, guys. Okay, imagine you're playing a cricket. Imagine you're playing a badminton or a football. What are we doing? We are constantly learning. Even in a game, we are also learning, guys. Okay, the unexamined life is not worth living. In our life, we live, and what is happening on a daily basis? We are learning. We learn from our mistakes. If we did some mistake yesterday, and what should we do today? We should try to examine it today. We should examine the past and try to learn. We should not try to repeat the mistakes. If you're not doing that, that life is not worth it, is what is the meaning of that. Never stop learning. Why? Learning is life. If you're not learning, you're not living. What do? Learn, guys. Okay. So now here is a general question, a friendly question, guys. Okay. Out of these three sayings, if I would call them as sayings, which do you think is the most important? Which one has the most useful meaning among these three, guys? Can you just try it in a friendly way? Number 2, Krishna says it's number 2. Justin says it's number 3. Okay, let's see. Krishna and Justin, can you quickly type in, guys, why you think those two are important? Just a friendly reasoning there. I don't mean to put pressure on you. I'm just curious. It is a fundamental. Who's this? Poco. Poco says it's fundamental. Okay. Life is an experience. Good one there, Krishna. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So learning should keep going outside. Going outside will be ahead of us. I see. I see. Life never stops teaching. Good one there. Okay. Some good philosophical touch there. Okay. Everybody has good reasoning there. But imagine there's a doctor with 3 patients. One has a cough, one has fever, one has maybe flu or some other thing, a stomach ache. What do? Well, we can't give the same medicine to all of them. Depending on the problem that we face, all these 3 are important. They're equally important. Depending on your context, your circumstance, your situation, you apply, is what it is, guys. That would be my take on that. As simple as that, guys. Okay. So let's see what we have here. Otherwise, others will go ahead of us. Okay. Okay. Good one there. So you want to be competitive. More important is balance in life, Justin. That's what I'm learning. Competition is important, but more important, you should be balanced and then competitive. You should not give up everything for the sake of competition, is my philosophy, is what I've been realizing. But that's a friendly discussion, buddy. Okay. So let's see. So what does that mean? Stay home, stay safe, keep learning. Why? Remember, learning. When you learn, you're investing in knowledge. Knowledge is the best investment, and you're making the best out of life. So don't just stay home and stay safe. Add more to it. Add learn. And what will that become? That will become an investment. What investment? A best investment. And what does that do? That then you're making the best out of your life. In other words, keep learning. That is the mantra. What does keep learning mean? Invest in knowledge, guys. Okay. That's where we'll be talking about AI, data science, and big data analytics. That is one of the best things to learn, to invest, because these are the principles and the concepts that are already everywhere around us. We don't know that we are using them, and they're going to be there in the future, guys. Okay, why? We'll try to understand. Okay, everybody doing okay so far, guys? Can you give me a quick yes, please? Learn about keeping it balanced. Good one, Krishna. You have good point there. Okay, so there's again Benjamin Franklin that is going to be our mantra. That's exactly what companies want you guys. With COVID and things like that, lots of guys are staying home. We are trying to do their jobs and things like that. If you just do their jobs, that's good. But if you add more to it, what is it? That is what the companies are looking for. Oh, okay. All right. I'll try Shubham. We'll try to slow down a little bit here. And that's what companies want. They need insight. They need knowledge. And that's where you can help. Okay. Problem? Again, not many people in the world of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. Lots of jobs there. As I said, if there's a Java or .NET opening, 5,000 to 10,000 resumes come in a day. If there's an AI, data scientist, or an ML engineer, companies get less than 5 to 10 resumes. Why? Not a lot of people have an idea how to work with these tools and technologies, guys. Okay. Imagine you want to learn cricket. Don't just learn batting or bowling. Don't just learn wicket keeping or fielding. Don't just learn one thing, but be an all-rounder. Why? Most of the times when you get into the world of cricket, today what is happening is they're asking for multiple skills. They're not asking just one skill. You may get a job, or you may get selected into a team if you're good in batting. But more precisely, if you also have an idea of bowling and wicket keeping, you'll have an advantage. In the world of data analytics, you can try to get a job using R or Python. They are the batting and the bowling. But if you know R and Python, you'll have a double advantage. Why? Most of the time, the companies are running into R projects and Python projects, guys. That's where the entire disruption is happening, or in other words, that's where all the companies are heading and using. And the moment you use R and Python, people are getting, as a data scientist, you will get in touch with the big data. That is where the Hadoop and the Spark, the cloud machine learning such as Azure ML comes into picture, guys. Okay. So in other words, it will be an advantage. You can just be a batsman or a bowler. You can try to get into a team. But what I would suggest is learn batting and bowling, and if possible, wicket keeping. You don't need to be an expert. If you learn, you'll have an advantage, guys. Okay. That would be my suggestion, my mantra. These are things that we would be offering as part of our diploma in data science and big data analytics. If time permits, I'll also talk about these things. Statistics is also an important component of that, guys. Okay, let's talk about another problem, the COVID. We're all facing, slightly inconvenient times because of this disease and things like that, guys. Okay, COVID-19 emerged in Wuhan, December 2019, and it has now become a global pandemic. Almost all the countries in the world have stopped working, and they have started taking a different route of doing the things, guys. Okay, India reported its first COVID case on 30th January when a student arrived in Kerala from Wuhan. So that's a little bit of what's happening in India. And what is COVID? COVID is like a black swan, guys. Black swan is a very rare event and not a good one. Very unfortunate event and things like that is generally in the in English, or in other words, from a literary sense, that's what we mean. Okay, so what is COVID minus disease equal to corona minus virus means? COVID is a disease, corona is a virus, as simple as that. If you come down here, what is COVID to corona is disease to a virus, as simple as that. More precisely, COVID is not virus, COVID is disease, corona is virus, guys. Okay, so let's get a little bit deep into it. Today, what's happening? Countries are using data analytics to fight corona. South Korea and Singapore have been the most successful countries. Why? Because they use data analytics, and they have been successful in restraining corona, guys. Okay, what happened in Italy and Spain? They are the least successful. In a very, very short span of time, a lot of people passed away. They met their death, and they had the highest death rate. What did they do? They did not use analytics at all. They did not rely much on data at all, guys. Okay, that is one of the difference. Asia, they realized they were looking at, Asians looked at Italy, they looked at Singapore and South Korea. They learned that data analytics, when people talk about data analytics, artificial intelligence, they are talking about their heart, which is the machine learning and deep learning, guys, okay? Asia, a lot of the Asian countries realized this, and what did they start doing? Even at the violation of the privacy laws, they started accessing the data of the people in trying to fight corona, guys, okay? South Korea, China, they started using location tracking. They use the principles of machine learning, guys, okay? So what do? They are accessing your mobile phones. They're carrying, they are looking at your mobility patterns, which means your latitudes, longitude, your phone captures every latitude and longitude where you're going and things like that, guys, okay? And based on that, they're predicting. Based on that data, they're predicting the virus carriers and advising the people and the people living in different colonies, societies, saying that, hey, there are these many carriers in your neighborhood and things like that, guys, okay? Israel, again, used 30 days of citizens' location data. Location tracking is nothing but what do you do? You get this location data and then try to use the machine learning and the deep learning principles in understanding the patterns, guys, okay? What does that mean? I'll try to give you an example. Israel also today is one of the most successful nations, which is restricting or which is kind of controlling the corona, guys, okay? And here is again, COVID tracker, an application. It is asking people to report their symptoms. How are you feeling? Are you feeling good? Are you having cough? Are you having fever? Based on a few questions, what is it doing? It's again using machine learning to identify the possible virus carriers and to give warnings to the citizens, guys, okay? South Korea COVID tracker, it tracks using the machine learning principles. It is warning the citizens if they come in 100 meters of infected person. As I said, South Korea and Singapore are one of the most successful nations in, again, controlling using the principles of data analytics, guys, okay? That is a 100-meter range. If somebody comes in, your cell phone is giving an indication how they are doing. Well, that is what is called mobility patterns, guys, okay? CCTVs, this is where the computer vision is coming in. Again, South Korea and Singapore, what did they do? They use the CC cameras. It seems a family family with 3 members got affected with COVID. When they were detected, what they have done is using CC camera footage, using the computer vision principles, they identified all the people they have met in the past few days, and then they took them for quarantine and took the necessary precautions and the measures, guys, okay? In other words, that's where the computer vision principles are coming in. Smart imaging, deep learning. Today, they're taking the x-rays of your chest and they're using the concepts of deep learning, an algorithm called convolutional neural networks, and they're predicting if somebody has a probability of getting affected with this disease, guys, okay? Facial recognition, computer vision again to our rescue. What are they doing? They are looking at the faces and they are detecting if they are wearing a mask or not. Wearing a mask has kind of unofficially become compulsory, guys, okay? China is using robots for what? To save their healthcare workers. When lots of COVID patients are coming in, the physicians and the doctors are getting impacted because of these patients. So what did they do? They brought in the artificial intelligence. And that's where the robots came to a rescue and they are helping. And here is my city, Hyderabad. DGP Telangana Police, face mask violation enforcement. So notice, if you notice, these guys, they're not wearing masks. What is that? That is nothing but computer vision. Everybody with me, guys? Can you give me a quick yes, please? Are you with me? These kind of apps are also being developed in India, Baba. Cool. So again, coronavirus, Italy, we have seen this one. Italy went into an emergency mode. And some people were initially saying it's an overkill, it's an overreaction. The footballs, the soccer game stopped, NBA stopped, school stopped. And what are we being advised? To prevent COVID-19, avoid physical contact, maintain social distancing. Today, the culture of the Asia is becoming the culture of the world. They're saying instead of giving a shake hand, give a namaste or do a namaste, or maybe bow your head. Don't have the physical contact, maintain the physical distance of at least 1 meter, something like that, and so on, guys. So the culture of Asia, in other words, the good cultures, the good side of the Asia is being borrowed by other countries of the world, which is always a good thing, guys. We should always borrow the good things from the other parts of the world, or and there's nothing wrong in it. We should just not take the stick to the bad sides, is what my take would be. Okay, so let's see. Here is I'm sure maybe some of you may have got this WhatsApp video, but I'm going to take a few minutes, maybe 2 to 3 minutes, or maybe 3 to 4 minutes. I'm going to show you something, and just relax and watch, guys.
How's it, Dad? Can you hear me? Very well. How are things, Davey? Lots of love. Cheers.
Gentlemen, ladies, I hope that was not too boring, but a good one. I think we're all in a similar situation, and I think at the end he's trying to make beer. At the end he's also trying to learn to make beer. Keep learning, stay hope, stay home, stay safe, stay learning, keep learning. Okay, guys, learning is the best investment. That is our mantra. COVID slowed down a lot of us. It slowed down the world, but here are some good things as that are emerging from COVID, guys. Okay, let's have a quick look at this. If you take a minute, you can probably see some of them are staying home, reading books, listening, exercises. Some are listening more deeply. Some are meditating. People are getting healed. Not many patients are going to the hospitals and things like that. The only thing wrong in COVID is the economy is getting hit. But the most important thing is, one second. Very good. The most important thing here is, notice, Earth is healing as they were healed. Since we are not unnecessarily moving, unnecessarily getting into unnecessary things and so on, we are, our health is getting better. Not only is our health, the Earth is also healing and getting better. That is also good news. And things like that. So touch of philosophy, there is a point in all these points and things like that. I hope you all agree. Everybody with me, guys. Can you give me a quick yes, please? Cool. So let's see how can data help, guys. Let's get a perspective. Here is data science. What is data science, guys? You have data. What you want to do is you want to get knowledge from data. What is that? That is data science. Okay, what is that? From data, you try to find the knowledge, as simple as that. Here is a friendly definition, guys, okay? Imagine somebody gave you a puzzle. And let's say you're putting the puzzle. We have Anil here. Imagine somebody gave the puzzle, Anil, or somebody gave this puzzle to Anil. What's he doing? He's putting it together. As he's putting it together, by the end of the puzzle, we can go ahead and say a story, saying that it looks like this is a father and a child meeting at a beach. Maybe it's a warm and a cloudy day. Maybe they're at a picnic, having fun. Maybe they're in a vacation. What is that? We're telling a story from a puzzle. That is data science. What is that? That's a friendly definition of data science. From data, being able to tell a story is what is called data science, guys, okay? In a business world, from data, we try to find the story is nothing but the knowledge. What is that? That is insights. Again, that is a friendly definition of data science, guys, okay? Here's a slightly technical definition of data science. Imagine you have a group of people. These are all the different people of the world and things like that. Imagine every color here is representing different kind of a person. Orange represents different country people. Pink is different counties, cities, locations. Some are married, some are unmarried, and things like that. As every color is giving you a different category or a kind of a person. On a fine day, some of the people got infected with COVID. So what is that? The right-hand group of people, they've been taken to hospitals, quarantine, or in other words, they've been taken to hospitals and things like that. Now what's happening? What can we do? We can now take the data of all the people around and try to identify some hidden patterns. What are hidden patterns? Let's try to understand. Come here. Sorry about that, having a glass of water. So if you take a look at this, what is happening is, take a look at all the pink. They're all females, they're all women. What is happening? Imagine, for the sake of simplicity, we'll go ahead and say they visited a certain location. And what happened? Well, by the time they came back, all the three have turned positive. In other words, they got this corona. So what is happening? Originally, she was part of the normal people. She was part of the normal people. She was part of the normal people. There were originally three pink women. There were three of them who are female and they visited a specific location. What happened? 3 out of 3 have got the corona. So what can we say? 3 by 3 is 1. 1 is 100%, which means we can roughly say if somebody is visiting a certain location and if they're female, then they're definitely getting a disease is what you can translate it into. Okay. So in order to understand that, let's go one step ahead. Take a look at this one. Imagine, for sake of simplicity, the 3 women or the 3 female who got corona, they came back, they started meeting some of their relatives and things like that. And who are these relatives? These are the relatives. What are they? They are, let's say, these are the men. What's happening? Well, they are, let's say, violet or purple. Let's say, okay, for sake of simplicity, we'll call them as violet or purple. That's a specific characteristic and saying things like that. That's indicating they're the relatives. What's happening? There's a third guy here. They met 3 of them. 2 of them. What happened? 2 of them got corona. What is, or in other words, here is 2 of them got corona. In other words, they got infected. It's 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 is 2 by 3. 2 by 3 is 0.66. That can be translated as 66%. Which means you can now translate and say, if these infected people Among these infected people, it looks like 66 in the relatives they met, 66, there's a 66% probability or a chance they are likely to get infected is what we can translate it into. Okay, let's go one step ahead. These are the friends they met. For the sake of simplicity, let's assume they have also met some friends. What's happening? Here's what is happening. They are green in color and that's a female. What's happening? Notice 1 is here, 2 and 3. So what does that mean? It looks like 1 in 3 of their friends are getting infected. So what does that mean? If, in other words, if you take all the friends of these 3 people, there's a 33% chance they are getting affected if they met them, is what we can translate it into, okay? Then, here are the neighbors of these people. They went to a certain location, they came back, and what's happening? These are the neighbors. What is it? There is a less probability. There is less than 30% probability that these people will get affected. And these are the people whom they did not get in contact. They know them, but they did not touch them. So what is it? There is a 0 probability. There is no probability. What is this? This is called finding hidden patterns in the data. Imagine you have a group of people. Let's say somebody is a male, somebody is a female. It's easy to say, it's easy to find. You can look at their name. Anil is a male, Deepika is a girl. You can just say it by the name. But trying to understand who has chances of getting infected, how much they have chances, what is the probability, and things like that. What do we do? If somebody has a 100% chance of getting infected, what do? We'll immediately take the necessary precautions and measures. Somebody has 60% chance there. So if somebody has 100%, they're very risky. Somebody has 60%, they are medium risky, and 30% is less risky and things. So what do? We can take the necessary precautions and take care of these guys and so on. These are called hidden patterns, and these are, this is what is called insights. This is what is called knowledge. What do? We try to find knowledge or insights from where? From data. What is that? That is exactly what companies want you to do. Everybody has data. What is data? Data is like the land. What do you have on land? We have sand and soil. What is sand and soil? They are simple patterns. It's like if you have a group of people saying who's male or female, it's simple. Anybody can find simple patterns, but very few people can find the gold in the land. What is special about gold? Gold is hidden under the land. Very few people can find it. What is gold? For companies being able to go to them, taking their data and telling them, hey, here is a chance of these people getting infected. That's 100%. And here is a group of people who have a 60% probability of getting infected. Being able to report, being able to find that kind of insights is very, very useful, very, very helpful, and very, very valuable. That is exactly what companies want from you. What they want is they don't want you to find the sand and the soil. They want you to find the gold in the land. What is gold? Gold is knowledge. That's what companies want. Everybody with me, guys? Can you give me a quick yes? Cool. Okay, so there it is, the mantra: stay home, stay safe, but just don't sit idle. Just like our friend, he's learning how to make the beer and things like that. I don't mean to suggest you guys to have beer and things like that. Be good boys and good girls. Don't go that side. But that's a very touching song. It really touched my heart and things like that. So I thought I'll just share with you. But remember, gentlemen, ladies, stay learning. Keep learning. Why? Remember, learning is life. Life is learning. Okay, guys. So let's go one step. So what do data scientists do? Let's try to understand that, guys. Okay, take a look at this. We find patterns. I'm sure you are all familiar with the maze and things like that. More precisely, data scientists find hidden patterns in the data. What is hidden patterns? Patterns is finding the sand and the soil. Hidden patterns is the gold in the land. That is what we find. Today, companies, what do they have? Companies and businesses, they have a lot of data. What do? We try to use the principles of statistics, programming, machine learning, deep learning, mathematical modeling techniques, and we try to find the gold. The gold is knowledge. That is very, very useful and valuable, guys, okay? If you want to know the future, look at the past. Albert Einstein. And if you step back a little bit, we just said Unexamined life is not worth living. Why are we looking at the past? Well, when you look at the past, you try to understand what are the mistakes you made. And in the future, you can stop making that kind of mistakes. That's a slightly philosophical message there, but it's a good one, guys, okay? So what do? That's where predictive analytics, machine learning, and artificial intelligence is coming to our rescue. If you want to know what is happening in the future, what do? You predict. What do? You use predictive analytics. What is predictive analytics? Machine learning and deep learning. Today, when people are referring to artificial intelligence, they more precisely are referring to the machine learning and deep learning rather than the robotics concepts of it, guys, okay? So let's come here, take a look at some of the applications that data scientists work on. Imagine you're a Java or .NET developer. You're creating an application, a web application or a Windows application. What would that do? Where you'll enter the data, save the data, you're getting that control, this control, and things like that, guys, okay? This is the kind of applications that data scientists build. On x-axis, we have the GDP. On y-axis, we have the life expectancy. GDP is roughly indicating, how well a country is doing. Life expectancy is indicating how many years on an average people are living. So take a look at this one. Here's China. What's happening? As the years are passing by, notice what's happening is the value of the y-axis, the value of the x-axis is also increasing. So which means by 1980s, around 1980s, people's life expectancy has increased to 70. Where were they? Let's go and run it again. They were here. In other words, let's say, let me come back here. Cool. China was here originally, somewhere. Let me choose this one. They were somewhere over here, which means at around 1950s, their life expectancy was close to 50 years. Now what's happening? As years went by, their life expectancy has increased. You can like that, go ahead and try to understand how every country is doing. That is the story which is developing here. That's a quick example. Let's take a look at another one. Take a look at this one. Here is how every week code is spreading across the countries around the world. These are the kind of applications as data scientists, ML engineers, AI professionals will be building. That's what we'll be learning here. So take a look at this. If you notice here, let me just go ahead and give it a second and let me fill this up, and then I'll explain you. So if you're noticing on the right hand side, the intensity of the green color. As the intensity of the green color is more, the value is less. As the intensity of the red color is more, the value is high. That's called the affected factor. So notice now some of the African countries are picking up. Zambia. So where it is green, it is less. Where it is now, notice North America. It's picking up. By the end of April 15th, it became very red. So here is the original situation. They were dark green, which means they were here, 0. Not many people are getting affected in these parts of the world. Only China was getting impacted in the beginning. Then slowly as the time is passing by, as the weeks are passing by, notice there is India slowly picking up. The affected factor is 1. So in other words, confirmed 3, recovered 3, and things like that. And there is Iran, it's picking up orange. And here is China, it's becoming, notice Iran again, it's turning red. Italy again turning slightly orange to red, which means it's becoming more and more. The death rate is increasing. And then slowly the African nations have started picking up. Brazil is getting impacted here. And now by the end, this has reduced, China has reduced, but it looks like USA, Brazil, and Italy, and the European countries seem to be getting impacted a lot. Again, these are the kind of applications that we build, guys, okay? Or in other words, data scientists build. And let's take another one, just for the sake of discipline. Let's see what we have. Again, weekly COVID cases, these again are referred as the choropleth maps. We used tools such as Plotly and Dash and Flash to build this kind of things, guys, okay? So again, this is also weekly. Like that, let's see if I have anything different here. US countries sorted death rates. So let me try this one and see if that might be a little more interesting and insightful. Give it a moment. I'm a little slow there. Okay, looks like the countries. Notice the counties, not the countries, guys. The counties in USA, they're slowly picking up. Notice that in a very short span of time, a lot of counties suddenly picked up. That is what is generally referred as exponential growth, guys. Okay, today a lot of TVs and news are reporting the exponential growth and things like that, flattening the curve and things like that. Not sure how many of them understand what really, even the politicians are talking about flattening the curve and things like that, guys. Okay, but that is really the story of the data. They're talking about the data is what it is. Some people have started saying, hey, corona is just an overreaction and things like that, but it didn't look like that. Otherwise, so many people would not have died, guys. Okay, so let's dig into it a little bit more into the corona. And imagine these are different colonies in different societies in a city. Imagine this guy, the one in the slight yellowish, maybe a slightly greenish touch of green, is a guy who got impacted. What will happen? In a day or two, the infection may spread to his neighbors. In another day or two, people keep moving around from one colony to another and so on. So people in other colonies are picking up the infection, and these guys are going visiting. So as they pick up, notice right now it's somewhere about maybe 1/4 or maybe less than 1/4 of them. And now notice slowly picking up, but here somewhere. So if you take a look at this one, it's about 1/4 of the people in different colonies got impacted, and notice suddenly about 90% or maybe 95% of the people are getting impacted. What is this? This is called exponential growth. You look at for the last 1 month, almost every 5 to 10 minutes, every news channel was talking about what is called exponential growth, guys. Okay, what were they showing in the news? They were showing a graph which was looking like this. This is nothing but exponential growth. At a mathematical level, it is just nothing but it's growing at a rate of to the power of 2 is what it really means. But here is the sigmoid curve. What is this? This is really the concept of a statistical modeling concept, guys. Okay, here is the original curve. Everybody has been saying, we need to flatten the curve. What does that mean? Well, if you can somehow flatten the curve, what will happen is we will lower the number of infections and it becomes manageable is what it means, guys. Okay, I'm still at an abstract level, but let's see if I can simplify it. Imagine here is a bucket. Bucket has some water, and the I stands for infected people. What's happening? Here is another bucket which is also a group of people. They are safe. But what is the problem with these people who are safe? They are susceptible. What can happen? They may get infected. So what is happening? Drops of water are falling from susceptible or a safe bucket into the infected. There will come a time where the infected people are recovering. At a point of time, all the infected people may get recovered. What is it? That is what is happening. That is what about to happen, guys. Okay, what's the story behind it? Here is 1980. If you go back to 1918. If you go back to the history, Philadelphia. What happened when a virus started spreading? On the next day, they held this whatever this one is, guys, the parade with about 200,000 people. In spite of knowing that the virus was going around, in about a week, 4,500 died. The same thing happened in St. Louis. When the virus spread to St. Louis, what did they do? They immediately closed the schools. They closed their churches. They closed their parties, functions, and things like that. And what did they do? What they have done is they have flattened the curve. In other words, what they did was they have extended. In other words, let me see. Here's a slightly tough one. I'll see if I can simplify it a little bit. These are the kind of things that we'll talk in detail in the coming up days and so on, guys. But what is happening is on 19th October, a lot of people, close to 250, maybe that is 250 or 200 or maybe 25,000 or something like that, got affected. What is this? This is Philadelphia. This is the story of the Philadelphia. On a single day, close to 250 people got affected. Why? Because of the parade. What did St. Louis do? St. Louis, they stopped almost every activity in their city. So as a result of that, what happened was, as the virus was picking up, what happened in St. Louis, in a few days, suddenly it shot up. And in St. Louis, because they stopped everything, it didn't shoot up. It just went ahead and it lowered the number of infections. If you project it onto y-axis, it lowered the number of infections and over a span of time is what we can say roughly, guys. Okay, so what did they do? They did not, that is what is the flattening of the curve, and they were much more in control. A lot of people did not get impacted. That is what is the meaning of the flattening of the curve, guys, okay? So here is Philadelphia. What's happening? A lot of people got affected. The y-axis value is very high. What do? We need to flatten the curve, which means if you can somehow lower the number of infections. What is the meaning of that? Well, what do? Well, you stay at home. That's what we were doing the last 1 month, guys, okay? So what can happen? Well, if you stay at home, the capacity of the healthcare will be able to handle it. That is what will happen. That is exactly what companies need from you. They need to be able to deliver that kind of insights and stories from their data. The concept is same. Remember, if you learn an ambassador car, you can drive a BMW or a Benz. What is important is learning the concept. If you know how to work with COVID or Corona data, you can work in any data, with any data in any domain. The concepts remain the same, but the data will be different. What is it? That is what companies want from you. Everybody with me, guys. Can you give me a quick yes, please? Cool. So let's extend a little bit more here, and let me see if I can explain a little bit more about the exponential growth. The exponential growth, guys, okay, the y-axis is at a logarithmic scale. Many of the people don't even understand that kind of things, the difference between the linear and the logarithmic scale. At a logarithmic scale, it becomes interpretable. That is slightly deep. I don't expect you to understand it, but in the coming up days, hopefully I'll be able to clear that for you guys, okay? So what would have happened if we did not have the lockdown and things like that is, what this exponential curve is telling is, in about 30 days, imagine it would have been 1 million people who would have got impacted. In about 47 days, 10 million people would get impacted. In about 64 days, 100 million people will get impacted. In about 81 days, 1 billion people around the world will get impacted had the lockdown not been taken place. What is that? This is what is happening. The rate at which the days are increasing versus the x-axis and the y-axis is increasing is not double, triple, 10 times or 20 times. It is to the power of something. That is called exponential growth at a mathematical level. Okay, guys. So it would have been 1 billion people had we not had the lockdown. What do? That's what we do as data scientists. Everybody with me, guys? Now, let's take a look at this. I'm sure most of you may not have heard about this lady. She's a Nobel Prize winner. Nadia is her name and things like that, guys. What do we have? We have what is called face recognition. So let's see if we can dig a little bit deep into what is called face recognition here for a moment and try to understand the kind of applications that we as data scientists work on, guys. Okay, let's come back here. Let's see if it is this one. Okay, one more time. I'm gonna run this one. So this is called Jupyter Notebook. Generally, as data scientists, we work Jupyter Notebook a lot, guys. It's a place where we play around with the code. As data scientists, we will also touch the code and things like that, guys. Okay. So let me scroll down here a little bit. And this is the dad and son song. I will come back to that in a little bit later if it is necessary. But let me show you something, guys. Okay. Let me come back here. Scroll down here. There's the dad and the son song. I'll come back to that because we have already looked at that. Here is, let's see, take a look at this. I'm going to run this. Give it a moment.
Hit well and deflected over. My goodness me, he really leathers that one. That might have been a vital interception. Champion to play. Giroud didn't really get hold of it. Oh, and it's suspended, safe to deny Alderweireld out by Lloris. Mbappe, beautifully done. Pavard! And the legs of goalkeeper Courtois to the rescue bar. The rescue bar. Rescue bar.
Gentlemen, ladies, let's see what we do as data scientists when we are given that kind of video. Let's try to understand what is the kind of work that we will be asked to do, guys. Okay, so take a look at this. Take a look at the blue rectangles. They're detecting the France players. The red rectangles are detecting the Belgium players. There's also, so again, somewhere here it will also detect what is called the football. There's a goalkeeper in yellow. And let's see, I'm waiting for the football detection, guys. Let's see. I think it's going a little fast here. That's why it's not getting red. There you go. A slight touch of green there. There you go. Gentlemen, ladies, that is the kind of applications that we'll be working on. What we have looked at is football. Tomorrow, when you're at work, when a data scientist is at work, what will they be asked? They will be shown the footage of, let's say, the road traffic. They will be asked to write a program which will tell them what is the density of the traffic. Are there specific people? There are some people who are maybe the bad guys. Whenever these bad guys are appearing in any of the video footage in sensitive areas, the police would like to be notified. That's a very popular use case, guys, okay? And what is it? Well, that is the kind of work that we do. Okay, so let's see if we go one step deep and let's see what else I have. Here is, scroll down here. These are the principles that we'll be learning. Maybe you may like this, guys, okay? Let's give it a moment here.
Shaker sir, abo idu baga A certificate odya. Aadi odda manamu chade.
So, gentlemen, ladies, I'm sure some of you may have watched that movie. Some of you are familiar with that one and things like that. But let's see what we can do with that one, guys. Okay, so I'm going to play it one more time and see if you can catch this one here and try to understand the kind of programs that will be working. Oops, problem here, media player. Date time is not defined. Okay, so again, we will need to do a little bit of debugging and things like that if it's necessary. Let me quickly run this. Now run this one. So just give me 1 minute before you see the action.
Shaker sir, abo idu baga A certificate odya. Aadi odda manamu chade.
Gentlemen, ladies, that is the kind of work that we'll be working on. That is what is called face detection, facial recognition, and things like that, guys, okay? So just in case you're interested in working on that kind of applications and being able to help the business and try to learn how to apply that kind of principles in business and things like that, there, the data science, the artificial intelligence, the machine learning, and the deep learning techniques come to your rescue, guys, okay? There's another romantic one. I'll just save it for the maybe for the end of the thing. That is the Priya. But let me move a little ahead and show you. Let's see something else here. And see if you can catch this one, guys, okay? Take a look at this one. Watch it very carefully. Oops, what's happening here? Okay, let's give it a moment here. Sorry about that. Hope I'm not boring you guys. And I think I need to run this again. Let's run, and there's the Dad and the Son song. Let's see, run this one. Scroll down. And let's say that's the Dad and the Son song. So let me go down here. Control F. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, let's see if this will work now, guys. I'm gonna give it a try. And let's see. There you go, guys. Gentlemen, ladies. Can you take a guess who that is in your camera, guys? Or let's say, I'll put it here. Can you take a guess who is on camera? That is me. Gentlemen, ladies, that is your instructor. I'm showing myself in black and white, but well, not as handsome as Shah Rukh Khan or Salman Khan or maybe Ayushmann Khurrana, but hey, that's me, guys. Huh? So that's me in black and white. And let's see, that's again the if you want to look at me in a bit more color, let's see how that looks like. Give it a moment. And let's see what we have. Justin, can you send me a copy of this Jupyter notebook on WhatsApp? WhatsApp, oh. At the end, buddy. Please do send, okay, we are not traveling in right direction. Ah, gotcha, Bharat. Maybe that's getting a little boring for you. I'm just showing some romantic things now. So gentlemen, ladies, one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the kind of applications that we'll be working on as part of our course, is what I'm trying to convey here. Let me see. Close that one. And let's see, okay. That's a recorded video. Let me show you something else here. If I'm using a cascade. Time.sleep, okay. Scrolling down. Okay, now take a look at this, guys. Another example. And let me see what we have coming up here. Okay, there you go, guys. Gentlemen, ladies, if you take a look at this, notice as I'm moving around the rectangle, it's not recognizing my face and things like that. So that's a problem. So what we'll do, let's go ahead and try something else. And give it a moment. And now take a look at this. There's me again. Now notice I click here, I'm clicking here, it's drawing it. I click here, I click here. It's drawing it. Cool, guys? So in other words, the previous one is called static drawing. This is called dynamic drawing. But let's see, take a look at this one. Give it a moment. Oh, there you go. Gentlemen, ladies, notice, it's catching me. It's also catching me and catching Baba's picture behind me also. That is face recognition. Face detection, to be more precise, guys, okay? Now take a look at this. I'm going to turn my face. It's now not detecting. Now turn my face again, it detects. I turn it here, it doesn't detect. What do you do? Well, in real world, you'll be given this kind of programs. And you'll be said, hey guys, you know, I want to be able to detect when you even look at the site. You need to fix it. Okay, so there you go. That's me. One more time. I'm going to close this one. And now take a look at another one. Give it a moment. There you go, guys. Now notice, let's see, not only my face, but it's also recognizing my eyes. I'm not very famous for, popular for smiling, but I'm going to show my teeth. It's catching it, guys. That is smile recognition. That is eye detection, smile detection. And let's say that is face detection and things like that, guys. Okay. So those are the kind of programs or, you know, we work with in the world of data science. That is computer vision. Similar kinds of principles are being used for identifying the mask, people with the mask, without the mask, and things like that, guys. Okay. Let's see. I'm not sure how many of you looked at the movie called Avatar. Anybody who did not see Avatar here, guys, or anybody who has seen Avatar? If you take a look at my face, this is called a cartoon effect. Okay, a cartoon effect of my face is being shown here. Let me just scroll it here. The same thing, come back here, come back here. So these are some of the principles which are used in animation softwares and things like that internally, as what it is. I think I need to press enter here. And let's see what else we have here. Take a look at this one. These are the kind of techniques or principles that are used in driverless cars and things like that. Let's see what it means, guys, okay? Give it a moment. There you go. This is called edge detection. It's detecting the edge of my face and whatever you think is an edge. When you look at a picture, when you look at a video, how do you know something is an edge versus something is not an edge? Well, that is what is a computer vision. Okay, these are things, the intensity of the pixels, intensity of the gradient. There are some concepts which keep changing, and those are the principles that we need to be familiar. That is what companies want from you guys. Okay, so let me close that. Okay, I'll save a few of them. I will not bore you to death on showing you more examples, but hope you're having fun. And let's see, is that making sense, guys? Everybody with me? Can you give me a quick yes, please? Is that making sense, or am I boring you to death? Are you getting a picture? I have a lot more way to go here, but I just wanted to give you a slight touch of it. Hopefully it is making sense. And let me see. Okay. Scroll down here a little bit. Looking for, okay, maybe sign off. Okay, all right, that's cool. Okay, let's see. Your questions, we'll be providing certificates and things like that. Your questions, you can go ahead and type in, because I got a few more cool examples that I'll be showing you. And these are all the principles we'll be learning. I'll focus on them. So you type your questions in the chat window, guys, okay? How many of the algorithms? Close to 20 to 25 of the algorithms and things like that, guys. Course fee, please contact our support guys. I will ask them to, please give them your email. Without these programs, it's kind of boring, just watching it. Without the programs. Oh, okay, interesting. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Give us some time, buddy, Justin. So let's come back to our journey there. There you go, guys. So that is what is called face detection. This is called eye detection. And if you notice here, there's a big guy here. Can anyone of you spot what is the big guy? Who's the big guy here, guys? You see a big guy. I mean, a big guy means kind of, there's Einstein in the middle. He's a rock star. And if you take a look at this one, there is a small problem in this picture. These are all the Nobel Prize winners, guys. They're all on par with Einstein. But at that time, I think Einstein was a rock star and things like that. There's a small problem here. Can anyone of you spot what is the problem here in this picture? There you go. If you take a look at this guy is looking at the side. And what's happening is our program is not able to detect it. What do we do? Well, we kind of work on programs which will say, hey, how do we detect this kind of guys? This is what we'll do, guys, okay? Grishma, to do this course, you don't need any programming background or anything. Many people who are coming from non-technical backgrounds, managements and things are also doing it. So you don't have anything. As part of this course, we'll be learning the Python from basics, and I'll be covering the basics of Python also. There's a quick answer for you, Grishma, okay? So let me go down here, adjust this one, okay? And so there you go, guys. So here is a group of cars and things like that. More precisely, this is a Russian picture on a Russian road. We'll be detecting the license plate, blurring it. Again, some of the kinds of things that we'll be learning. Gentlemen, ladies, invest in knowledge. Learn them, learn these techniques, whether here or somewhere else. Definitely learn them, guys. Prerequisites, you don't have to be an athlete to learn cricket. You don't have to be a programmer, Raj. Sachin Tendulkar is not an athlete. He doesn't run 100 meters or 200 meters. Those are the programmers. You don't have to be a programmer. As I said, we'll be learning the basics of Python. And yes, you will be doing coding, but Python is a much easier language compared to the Javas and .NETs, and makes these things much more easier. That is why the entire world, in the world of artificial intelligence, data science, data analytics, Python is the king today, guys, okay? Math, yeah, statistical concepts also I'll be showing you in the coming up days, guys, okay? Back to our mantra, stay home, stay safe, keep learning. That is the best investment, and that is the best, you're making the best out of your life. Don't, you have an opportunity, guys, okay? That's what companies need. And again, remember, these are the fundamentals, guys, okay? So now what we'll do, guys, let's say it's 10:19. Let's take a 2 to 3 minute break here, have a glass of water, everybody, and come back. And then we'll continue the second part of our journey. Is everybody okay with that, guys? Can you give me a quick yes? Agenda. So again, the agenda is again giving you a touch of what is data science, what is artificial intelligence, what is machine learning and deep learning, Bharat. And at the end, I'll be presenting the course where we'll be teaching you all these techniques and principles, buddy. Cool. So let's take 10:20, guys. Let's take 2 to 3 minutes here, maybe 10:23. Have a glass of water, maybe a cup of tea, and come back, and we'll continue our journey, guys. Okay? Thank you, guys. I'll put you guys on hold here. Okay. So guys, hope you guys are back there, and let me answer a few questions. What we have learned in the past 1.5 hours, I don't know your name, but you say you're 325. So in the past 1.5 hours, I've been trying to convince you that learning is important. And in the current world, the principles of machine learning and deep learning are more important than you may be thinking or realizing. That's what I'm trying to make you convince. And if you learn them, they will be very useful, very helpful, not only from a job perspective, But from a perspective of a personal thing, these are the concepts and principles that you will be seeing and using throughout the life. So that is what I'm trying to convey to you. And if it looks good, I will be discussing a course with you at the end. You can try to get into the course, and that is where I'll be teaching all these principles, all these projects, and more things that I'm about to show you. All the programs is what you will be learning, buddy. Okay. Until what time? About an hour more, Krishna. I hope you're not getting bored, and I hope you're not feeling bad about that. After this webinar, Alan Jakiko. Yeah, I mean, I'll pass it on to my support guys, and they'll decide on that. I think they'll put it on the web, guys. I think the answer is yes. The data science program is 3-month course, Shasi. And yeah, learning, you have to have an idea of computer vision, machine learning, natural language processing techniques to write programs like this. It's an online course. It will be from 9 a.m. starting from tomorrow. Not bored, great. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Krishna. Not offline, guys, because I think because of the COVID and things like that, you know, the social distancing, I don't think we are at a stage where we can all meet offline and things like that. Almost the entire world is running online because of the COVID and things like that. That's why it's not being offered offline. Otherwise, this was an offline course, guys, okay? So with that, weekend, this I will be taking it from Monday to Saturday. Who's that? Kumar. Nothing on just a weekend, buddy. So let's see what we have, guys. Post-COVID, what we need to do, again, AI is going to be a mantra. Why? We'll also try to understand. Not a lot of people, very few resumes are coming in. Data is a new oil, guys, okay? Oil is the most precious resource, or one of the most precious resources of the world today. But due to COVID, even oils prices have come down and things like that, because not many people are traveling, travel business, the economies and the economics of the world has been impacted very dramatically, guys, okay? The good side of it, the pollution reduced, the ozone layer depletion stopped, the other animals are living, coexisting. That is a good thing. Hopefully, if mankind is able to come up with ways, redefine education and entrepreneurship, and be able to not disturb the nature and yet make progress, that will be good. But that is yet to be seen, and yet to be seen, guys. Okay, so yeah, Python programming I'll be teaching online, just so data is the new oil, and you don't need a PhD. You don't need to be a mechanical engineer to drive a car, guys. Okay, imagine everybody needs to be a mechanical engineer to drive a car. What will happen, guys? What is the problem, guys? Can you take a friendly guess? If we say everybody needs to be a mechanical engineer to drive a car, what is the problem? Simple answer, very few people will be driving the cars. Of course, the pollution will reduce, the traffic will reduce, that's good news of it, but that is what is happening. You don't need a PhD in statistics to learn machine learning and deep learning, guys, okay? Without really understanding, or without really being a PhD in statistics, we can still use the concepts of machine learning and deep learning as what is the meaning of that, guys, okay? Everybody with me, guys? Can you give me a quick yes, please? Okay. So about 20 years back, what was happening was, it was called the age of IT revolution. And everybody who wanted a job, what they were doing was, they were learning the .NET, Java programming and things like that for job. That is called the age of IT revolution. 10 years back, it was the smartphones, the Android programming and things like that. Today, if you have an idea of how to work with the data, then you have an advantage. I cannot assure you a job, but I can definitely assure you an advantage. I can teach you the game, the batting, the bowling, the wicket keeping, and the fielding. Whether you'll get selected in the team or not depends on your practice. As simple as that, guys. Practice is going to be a mantra. As you practice, you learn. The more you learn, the more chances you have of getting a job, guys. And today, if you do not have machine learning and deep learning on your resume, or the concepts related to these on your resume will not even be looked at, guys, okay? They are building bots which are something similar to chat bots. They are building bots which are detecting which resumes are good, which resumes are not good based on your presence of certain keywords and things like that, guys. Okay, so that's again natural language processing. Almost any domain in any field, whether you're telecom, pharmaceutical, financial, even in education, they are using these principles and concepts, guys. Okay, so just a touch of it. The demand, not many people are there. There's a lot of gap, shortage of 100,000 data scientists by 2020. That's coming from Gartner. These are not small companies, guys, not mom and pop shops, but they are the world-class organizations. And it is one of the sexiest job of the 21st century. Number one job in 2016, 2017, also in 2018, guys. 2019, I don't know, but even in 2018, it was number one job, guys. Okay. We can appear as a data scientist, not as an Azure AI engineer, but as an Azure ML engineer. Sorry, AI, sorry. I thought that was data. Yes, that is true, Raj. Cool, you will be more than that, buddy. Azure AI engineer is, if you ask me, that's very basic. Once you add Python, machine learning, and deep learning, that's a lot more value. Cool. Azure AI engineer is just like knowing batting. A data scientist, if you learn the other components of this course, that's like learning bowling, wicket keeping, and fielding also, buddy. Cool. Okay, so there is machine learning, guys. Let's try to understand what is machine learning, guys. Okay, every day, whether you go to shopping website, restaurant website, movies, books, or travel, what's happening? Whether it's you, your family, friends, colleagues, relatives, professors, and things like that, we are being shown different kinds of recommendations. In other words, recommendations are everywhere. Amazon is Amazon and Google are the godfathers. Unofficially, they're the godfathers of the machine learning. Or in other words, the reason I'm calling as the godfather is these are the guys who made the artificial intelligence and the machine learning so popular. Why? Because of their recommendations, guys. Okay, why? Let's try to understand. Imagine this is Lisa. Lisa likes pizza, Lisa likes wine, and Lisa likes pasta. There is John. John also likes pizza. He also likes wine. He also likes pasta. Now what's happening? Lisa went to Amazon or maybe Flipkart. She purchased Sprite. What's Amazon or Flipkart going to do? The next time John is going to come to their website, they're going to recommend Sprite to him. Why? John is similar to Lisa. Catching it, guys? What is that? That is called similarity-based recommendation. The wisdom behind it is people who agree in the past will also agree in the future. In other words, there are some mathematical principles which we can use and try to identify all the similar kinds of customers. Okay, what is that? When you have only John and Lisa, it's one or two. But when you have millions and millions of customers, what happens? It is not possible for humans to identify. How do humans identify? Humans write code. But when you cannot identify millions and millions of permutations and combinations, we say humans fail, code fails. When humans fail, bring in the machines. What is that? That is machine learning. Imagine this is Raj. Raj purchased a book, Strategy Execution Heroes, Big Bang Disruption, Business Strategy. What are these? These are all management books. So now, on a fine day when Raj visits Amazon.com, what's happening? He's getting a recommendation of Blue Ocean Strategy. What is Blue Ocean Strategy? It is also a management related book. Why is it being recommended? Because all the books he's purchasing are management related content. This is called content based recommendation or content based filtering. Everybody with me, guys, okay? And here is a travel booking website. It books thousands of hotels rooms every day. You're a data scientist. You're being brought onto this company. With such a huge growth, the task at hand as a data scientist to you is to improve the booking per customer by showing the best hotels as per the taste and the preferences of the user. What do data scientists do? They are not given 10, 20, 50 or 100 pages of requirements document. They will be given just that one slide. And they will say, buddy, you need to help me. You need to help our hotel website grow. Here is the problem. Now, what do we do? Imagine we take a few hotels. Hotel 1 is, let's say, Hotel Taj. Hotel 2, let's say, give me a Krishna Oberoi. Hotel 3, a Rajdoot Hotel. Hotel 4, let's say, Bestin. Hotel 5, Westin. Cool. 5 hotels. Some have good gym, some have amazing gym, some have great gym, some have large and beautiful pools, but no gyms. What's that? That's the characteristics of the hotels. Then there are a few users. John prefers gym over swimming pool. Kevin likes gym more than pool. Bill needs a pool with basic gym. France, a pool is a must compared to gym. What is this? This is the data. This is the data which will be given to us as data scientists. What do we do? Here is what is happening. John visited Hotel 1 and Hotel 2. He gave a rating of 4 by 5 and 5 by 5. Hotel 5, he gave a rating of 1, which means it looks like John liked Hotel 1 and Hotel 2 but did not like Hotel 1. Everybody with me, guys? Can you give me a quick yes, please? Are you following me? Cool. So now, let's see. Take a look at Kevin. Kevin gave high ratings to Hotel 2 and Hotel 3. And he has given low ratings to Hotel 5. Then come to Bill. Bill has given high ratings to Hotel 4 and Hotel 5, but low ratings to 2 and 3. Then there is France. France has given high ratings to Hotel 5. Question mark means these guys did not visit the hotels, guys. Okay. Now, the orange color indicates these are the hotels that these customers did not visit them, is what it is. So now, here is John and Kevin. If you observe John and Kevin, what is happening is, notice they both liked Hotel 2, but they did not like Hotel 5. What can you say? Maybe they are similar. What is that? That is called similarity. At a mathematical level, we can translate it. Using the mathematical or the statistical concepts, we will translate that and say these are the similar users. So why is that important? Imagine, take a look at Bill and France. Bill and France gave high ratings to Hotel 5, but gave low ratings to Hotel 1. So what is happening? We can translate Bill and France and say they are similar. They seem to like the similar kind of hotels and they don't seem to like the similar kind of hotels is what it is, guys. Okay. Now come to Kevin. What is happening? Kevin, what do we do? He comes to this website. What do? We can recommend. What should we do? We can make a recommendation of a hotel. Which hotel should we recommend is a question. Okay, so let's see. Let's give it a moment here and try to understand what we can do. So now let's choose this one. Here is Kevin. What Kevin is doing is, it looks like Kevin has given a high rating to Hotel 2, a low rating to this one, which is similar to John. In other words, Kevin is similar to John. What John has also done is, notice, John has also given a high rating to Hotel 1. So what should we do when Kevin visits us next time is, we can recommend him this hotel. Why? Because he's similar to John. He's liking the same hotels as John and he's not liking the same hotels as John. What can we do? If there is another hotel which John likes, what can you do? You can recommend that to him. Everybody with me, guys. Can you give me a quick yes, please? Okay, this is called collaborative filtering. Okay, then on another fine day, John visits this website. Now what is happening? John is similar to Kevin. We just discussed it. What should we recommend John? Because he's similar to Kevin. What do we do? What did Kevin do? Kevin visited Hotel 2 and Hotel 3. He liked both of them. But John did not visit Hotel 3. But he's similar to Kevin. So what do? We can recommend Hotel 3. Why? Because he's similar to Kevin. They're liking the same things. They're disliking the same things, guys. Okay. Then come to France. What's happening with France? Notice France and Bill are similar because they gave low ratings to Hotel 1, but high ratings to Hotel 5. So what do? It looks like France is similar to Bill. And what's happening with Bill? Bill gave high rating to Hotel 4. So we can recommend Hotel 4 to France. Again, this is called collaborative filtering. Everybody with me, guys. Can you give me a quick yes? The mathematical details of that is what we will discuss during our course and things like that, guys. Okay. We're giving a rough idea. These are the kind of problems and the programs that you will work with in real world. These are the kind of things that every company wants to know. Wants you to know and understand so that you can build this kind of applications, guys. Can you give me a quick yes, guys? Everybody doing okay there? So in other words, that's where the machines come to our rescue. That's where the machine learnings come to our rescue. It's a recommendation based application is what it is, guys. Okay. Let's see. Now here is YouTube. Is there anybody among you who does not use YouTube, guys? Looks like all of you use YouTube. How many of you use YouTube, guys? Everyone. Lakshmi, what are you asking? I'm sorry, I think I missed your question. Let me go back to Lakshmi's question here, guys. Can you hear my message? Oh, explain again. Oh, that'll take some time, Lakshmi. I have more interesting things, but stick with me. In the coming days, should you turn up, I will successfully go ahead and explain you in a much more detailed manner. But for today, I'm just explaining what is batting, bowling, wicket keeping, and fielding. When during our course, I'll take you deep into batting, and you'll understand it, Lakshmi. Okay, because there are many other people, many other scenarios is there. Let me explain you. So imagine, so we all know we're all using YouTube. Imagine you go to YouTube. Let's say you search for Shah Rukh Khan. What do you think YouTube will do, guys? It's a tough question, guys. Imagine it is recommending Salman Khan. As simple as that. Nothing complex or nothing. Great. You search for Shah Rukh Khan, it is recommending Salman Khan. How is YouTube doing it? It's using machine learning. As simple as that. You take off machine learning from YouTube. What is happening? YouTube is not there. YouTube cannot function. It is machine learning which is making the YouTube possible, or what is YouTube today, guys, okay? Imagine Lakshmi is a girl, and of course, Lakshmi is a girl. She went to a retail store. She went to a supermarket. Imagine Lakshmi purchased bread. Now, what do you think customers who purchase bread will also purchase, guys? Can you take a guess? Lakshmi went to a shop, she purchased bread. They buy jam, they buy butter. Why, guys? Why do they buy butter and jam? Can you take a guess? A friendly guess. They're a combination, simple answer. You eat bread with butter, you eat bread with jam. It's a breakfast combination is what it is, guys. As simple as that. But imagine, come to Justin. Justin is a bad boy. He went to a retail store and he purchased diapers. What do bad boys do, guys, when they purchase diapers? That's a tough question. Gentlemen, ladies, it seems when customers were purchasing diapers, they were purchasing beer. To be able to tell or say when customers purchase bread, they buy butter, they buy jam is easy. But trying to predict or trying to understand that when customers are purchasing diapers, they're purchasing beer is an example of a hidden pattern. That is machine learning. Machine learning finds patterns like that. That is not a pattern, that's not a hidden pattern, that's a super interesting pattern. Everybody with me, guys? Can you give me a quick yes? Cool. Okay, let me take a question here. What is, what's Justin says, people who like Shah Rukh Khan might like Salman Khan. That's what, oh, okay. There's a lot of depth there, buddy. Justin. In the car, again, I cannot go into all those technical details right now. So for the sake of simplicity, I wanted to convey, hey, YouTube is using machine learning. People who search for Shah Rukh may be interested in Salman. Some are interested in Salman, some are interested in Akshay Kumar. But let's come to Kumar. Kumar is a bad boy. He searches for Shah Rukh Khan. And then what do bad boys do after they search for Shah Rukh Khan, guys? Justin, can you take a guess, buddy? Let's see if Justin has an answer. How about Kumar is searching for Katrina? Katrina is not bad, guys. She's super good. I'm stopping it there. We are in a data science call. We'll not talk about Katrina. But she is too good, guys. Okay, I'm stopping it there again. Okay, so in other words, I'm just kidding there. But more precisely, when you search for Shah Rukh Khan, it is not a must that you get Salman or Akshay or Katrina. It can be anything. What is the problem? That is the problem. That's where humans fail. Humans are not able to write code there. Because today, you might be going from Shah Rukh to Salman. Tomorrow, you'll go from Shah Rukh to Akshay. Day after tomorrow, you might go from Shah Rukh to Katrina. What do? You cannot keep on changing the code. What do? Take the data, give it to the algorithm. That is called model building. That is where the machine learning comes to our rescue. What do? Give data to the machines. That's where I'm heading, buddy. Okay. Let me take another question here. Jaco, what if there is a tons of data? It just so happens. Yeah, you're answering the question, buddy. The bias, the variance, and things like that. So when there are millions and millions of permutations and combinations that are possible, when you search for Shah Rukh Khan, it is not possible for humans to write the code. When you cannot write the code, you cannot solve the problem. In other words, when humans fail, bring in the machines. That is machine learning. Jacob, catching it, buddy? Oh, boring. 325. Oh, are you feeling boring? Oh, guys, are you all doing okay there? Somebody says it's boring here. Everybody doing okay there? I don't mean to bore you guys, but thank you guys, appreciate it. Sorry if it's boring. Let me try to make a little bit progress and see if I can get you a little bit more interesting. So go to Google, type in Salman, and what's it doing guys? It is immediately predicting that you're searching for Salman Khan. How does Google do that? That is machine learning. Okay, go to Google Maps. We all know how to go from home to work and work to home. But with Google Maps, when we use Google Maps, it's able to give us some recommendations. Sometimes when on certain routes, the traffic is high, it's able to give the recommendation. What is that? That is machine learning. Why is it important? Imagine we don't use Google Map, we'll come a few minutes or maybe a few seconds late. But imagine we use Google Maps, we're coming a few minutes or a few seconds early. What will happen? We are spending that time with our family. Spending that time with our family is much more valuable than spending the time on the road with the traffic. A second, a minute of time with our family is invaluable, guys. Everybody agree with me, guys? Can you give me a quick yes, please? That is machine learning. It's machine learning which is making it possible, guys, okay? You go to Naukri, you go to Monster, you go to Indeed. What's happening? They're showing you different kinds of recommendations. What is that? They're using machine learning, guys, okay? And the facial recognition is nothing but machine learning. More precisely, it's computer vision with a combination of machine learning and deep learning techniques. Today, you take a picture with your mobile. That's again machine learning. Machine learning is at the heart of global megatrends and innovations, guys, okay? So today, all the data scientist is the most sexiest job of the 21st century means it is the most innovative, it is one of the most creative jobs. It is a machine learning and the deep learning techniques which are making it possible. All the companies are trying to understand how to use these techniques in their companies, and that's what they need from you. Okay, guys, so again, back to learning. You touch fire, you learn that when you touch fire, your fingers will burn. Humans learn from each other's experience, guys. What do machines do? You give data. What will happen? You will learn. What is that? That is machine learning. In a simple way, we say humans learn from experience, but machines learn from data. It's not machines, it's humans who's learning. Machines are doing the complex things, the complex mathematics, statistics, and probabilities. You don't have to be an expert. You need to know when to use the right tool. That is what it is, guys, okay? So here comes a little bit of statistics. Everybody okay with my voice, guys? Lakshmi seems to be having a problem. Others doing okay there? Thank you, Raj. So touch of statistics, guys. Alan went for a trek. On the way, he had to cross a stream. Alan did not know swimming. He started exploring alternate routes to cross over. And suddenly, he saw a signpost which said average depth 3 feet. Alan was 5 feet 7 inches and tall and thought he could safely cross. So in other words, Alan did not know swimming. He came across a river stream and there was a signpost saying that, hey, this is 5 feet, this only average depth is 3 feet. What can happen? There can be a problem. What is that? Take a look at this. When you take an average, there are some points where it might be much more deeper. Okay, at some points it is 7. So what will happen? If somebody who does not know swimming steps into that area, they'll get into trouble. As simple as that. So in other words, in a scenario like this, what we should do? We should not use average. Okay, what do we do? That is called statistical thinking. Catching it, guys. So take a look at LinkedIn. LinkedIn has 300 million members in the country, 39 million students and recent college graduates, 3 million companies. This is about 5 to 6 years old data, guys. Today, it is much more higher than any of these numbers. These group of numbers are indicating the statistics of LinkedIn. Or this is the LinkedIn statistics is what it is, guys, okay? So if you come here, what does this tell you? This tells you a lot. Can you all take a guess why there are close to 40 million students and recent college graduates in LinkedIn, guys? Why do you think so many graduates are opening their accounts in LinkedIn? Any guess? How about to find jobs? As simple as that. Nothing rocket science there. It is beating the monsters in the Naukris. It works better than the monsters in the Naukris, guys. As simple as that. Okay. So that's why LinkedIn is getting so popular. Behind the scenes, it's using recommendations, which is nothing but machine learning. Cool. Then here comes another hotshot sales executive. Kurt works as a sales manager at sellhomes.com. In a monthly sales review, Kurt reports he will achieve his quarterly target of $1 million. Kurt claims his average deal size is 100,000 and he has 10 deals in his pipeline. Kurt's boss Ross is very delighted with his numbers. At the end of the quarter, even after closing 8 deals, Kurt fails to meet his target. Okay, why did Kurt fail? With 10 in the pipeline, 100,000 is the average. What is the problem? This is called statistical thinking. These are the kind of concepts that we need to be familiar with, guys. Okay. Now take a look at another one. Again, I'm just giving you a touch of it, guys. We'll not go into the details right now, but these are the kind of problems that we'll be solving. We'll be trying to understand, guys. Okay. So take a look at Sam and Paul. Notice Sam has 4 out of 10 bullseye. Paul has 5 out of 10 bullseye. They are throwing darts at the local sports bar. A few of their friends start a betting pool. Both Sam and Paul shoot 10 practice shots each so that their friends can decide their bets. In other words, if you were to bet on Sam or Paul, whom would you bet? Can you type in the answer, guys? Is Sam better or Paul better? It's a slightly confusing question, but just take a friendly shot. Ram says it is Sam, okay. Alan says it is Sam, okay. We have one Paul here, that is Grishma says it is Paul. Okay. Good one there. So gentlemen, ladies, that is where the concepts of variance comes in. Okay, why? It's actually, it looks like Paul is better, but it looks like Sam, from a statistical or a mathematical standpoint, Sam is better. His variance or his spread of data is much lesser. His darts are much more close to each other. He's more consistent, he's more reliable. In other words, at a statistical level, he's much more stable than Paul, is what is the meaning of that, guys, okay? Then come here. Do you think Earth is the center of the universe, guys? Anybody here? Do you think Earth is the center of the universe? Can you type in a quick yes or no, guys? Cool. Anjanaya, what do you think is the center of the universe, guys? Yeah, there you go. Okay, Alan has a good one there. So they say, if you go into the Indian Vedas and things like that, they say sun God is the center. Lord God, sun is the center of the universe is what they say, and things like that, guys, okay? Earth is flat. It was proven, I think it was Aristotle, or I don't know who it was, but hey, he refused it. He refused to agree. And if you recall, he was punished. He was put in jail and things like that, guys. Huh? Earth is not flat. Earth is spherical. Cool. Do you think continents move, guys? Do continents move? Do they? Good one there. So if you're watching a little bit of Discovery, you are probably coming across these, documentaries, the continental drifts and things like that. Do you think stress causes ulcers, guys? Stress causes ulcers. In other words, in a recent study, data indicated 90% of the people who are going to the hospitals are not because of the physical injuries, but because of the mental tensions. It is the mental tension which is more making the people sick than the physical injuries is what it turned out, guys, okay? 10,000 hours of appropriately guided practice is a magic number of greatness, Malcolm Gladwell. So that one is more of a, Malcolm Gladwell is a popular author. I have not read his books or anything, but what he says is, if you practice anything for 10,000 hours, you'll become perfect. And according to Vivekananda Swami, he says, if you become perfect in one thing, any one thing you become perfect, you will become perfect in everything in the universe, is what he says, guys. Okay, a little bit of philosophy. But let's move on. Do you think men are better drivers than women? Good one there. Let's see what else we have. Rahul is just going a yes. But Alan says women are more cautious. Let me see if there's a Shubham not agreeing there. Good one. Ranjan says yes, okay. Grishma says no. Understand, guys, okay. So in a recent study, data indicated Okay, actually, women are much more cautious. They are more careful. They are more kind. They are more, many positive things on their side, guys. Okay, there's no question about that. But it seems when they conduct, they found out in certain situations where there are too many, crossroads, maybe 3 or 4 crossroads and things like that, women seem to get tensed a little bit more than men, is what the study indicated. That is because it seems men developed an additional resistance because men were the people who were going out. It's only in the last 1 century women started going out. So men were a little bit more rough, a little bit more tough when it comes to that tensed situation in driving. Catching it, guys. Generally, women are much more strong mentally, and men are more strong physically. But in these cases, the men, it turned out the study revealed that the men were slightly more, better than women is what it is. It does not mean men are better than women, guys. Okay, women, I think, if all the people who are driving the cars and the autos, taxis were to be women, I think the accidents will reduce by 90%. Or in other words, more precisely, I think women are, drive much more better is what it is. But again, that's a personal thing, guys. Okay. So what are these statements, guys? How are they proved or this month? So what are these, guys? These are called assumptions. These are the assumptions. In a business level, we call that as a hypothesis. What is that? What do? We take the data and we try to prove them. That is called hypothesis testing. That is what we'll be learning as part of the course, guys. Okay. So take a look at tomorrow's weather. There's a guy who's watching a TV. They're saying the high temperature will be between 40 below zero and 200 above. Okay. And this guy is saying the guy is never wrong. 40 below zero is minus 40 and 200 above is 200 degrees centigrade. So what we are saying is that is 100% confidence interval. That's again statistical term. Okay. So what do you think is the problem here, guys? It's a tough question. This guy is saying the guy is never wrong. If somebody reports a weather like that, what's the problem with that? The weather reporter is really never wrong, but that is not useful to you. You'd like to know, is it going to be warm? Is it going to be hot? Is it going to be rainy tomorrow? You don't need that kind of information which says, hey, it's going to be minus 42, 200 degrees centigrade above or something like that. Everybody with me, guys? Can you give me a quick yes? Everybody with me, guys? Cool. So that is called confidence interval. So that is where we will learn the concepts of hypothesis testing. What is null hypothesis, alternate hypothesis, and things like that. Huh? Then take another example. There's a guy, imagine he's innocent. And let's say he's sent to prison. So let's come here. There's a guy and a judge. What he did was, this guy is actually innocent. But what happened is he was sent to prison. What is that? That's called an error. That's more precisely called a type 1 error. And here is another person. Let's say he's innocent. And what was he? He was set to free. That's a correct decision. Let's take another guy. He's guilty and he was sent to prison. That's a correct decision. But let's say if he's guilty and he's set free, then what is that? That's definitely an error. Do you think sending an innocent person to prison is more dangerous or setting a guilty person free is more dangerous? Is type 1 error more dangerous or type 2 error more dangerous, guys? Can you give a thought? Alan is into false positives. Okay, good one there. Type 1, type 2, and things like that. Gentlemen, ladies, this is called statistical thinking. Okay, so these are things that we'll be coming across and things like that. A little bit more on statistics. A diet cracker manufacturer wants to launch a new type of diet cracker, which has high content of certain kind of edible fiber, which means eatable. Before the launch, the manufacturer wants to analyze the result of eating crackers. So he wants to analyze eating crackers, is it good or bad? And explain the machine learning algorithm. Okay, if time permits, I'm coming there. But I thought I'll just give you, maybe. So, okay, let me go a little ahead. Let me not go too deep into. So here comes the chi-square test. This is the chi-square test. Again, as I said, I just want to give you a touch of it and so on, guys. Let's move on a little bit. Chi-square test, ANOVA, these are the other statistical concepts that we'll be learning. You need to have an idea to work with machine learning algorithms, guys, okay? So let's move on to the next topic here, machine learning. In machine learning, we have two kinds of learning, which is called supervised and unsupervised learning, guys, okay? So supervised learning, here is the process flow. Let's see if we can try to simplify this one. In the world of machine learning, what we have is we have data. When we have data, we split the data, 70% of the data and 30% of the data. Imagine you have last 100 cricket matches of data. So what you're doing is you take 70 cricket matches of data, and what do? You give it an algorithm. What will the algorithm do? The algorithm will give you an output. That output is called a model. That is also called the skeleton, data skeleton. Now with that model, we can actually predict tomorrow if India is going to win or not. We can also predict if what score Sachin is going to score versus what score Virat is going to score. But before doing that, what you do is, we already have the previous 30 matches. What can we do? We know the results. Let us test and see how many this model is going to predict correctly. So what do? You give 30 cricket matches to this model and you see, is it predicting correct or not? Let's say out of 30, it's predicting 27 of them correctly. That means we say the accuracy is 90%. So now we can go back to our clients and say, guys, I got a model which has a 90% probability of predicting correctly, is what you can tell them. This is called supervised learning. Why supervised? We'll try to understand. We'll see. Come here. So take a look at this. If you notice here, on the y-axis, we have height of there are children and the height of a child. And on the y-axis, we have the height. And on the x-axis, we have the weight. So what do these bubbles or dots indicate is, for the babies, as the weight is increasing, the height is increasing. So in other words, x-axis and y-axis, as the x-axis is increasing, y-axis is increasing, that is called positive correlation. Okay, they are growing in the same direction, that is positive correlation. But if you take a look at this, on the x-axis you have the temperature, on the y-axis you have the time taken by the babies to crawl. So come here. So there is x-axis, temperature is here, and here the y-axis, this is the time taken. What's happening is, if you take a look at this bubble, the y-axis is small, but the x-axis is high. Take this one, y-axis is low, the value is low, but the x-axis is high. So what is happening is, if you take these bubbles, what's happening? Their y-axis is high, but the x-axis is less. So what is happening is, as the temperature is more, for these things, for these bubbles, as the temperature is more, babies are taking less time to crawl. But here, as the temperature is less, which means when it is cold, babies are taking more time to crawl. Can you think of a reason why babies take more time to crawl when the temperature is cold, guys? And why they're taking less time to crawl when the temperature is warm or hot? Can you type in quickly? A friendly guess. Cool. Babies are clever, aren't they, guys? When it's cold, they'd like to stay warm. So they're not moving. After a long time, they're moving. So that's why they're taking long time, as simple as that. So in other words, this is called negative correlation. As the temperature is increasing, the time is decreasing. As the time is increasing, temperature is decreasing. They need much vitamin. Okay. Okay, you have a point. So in other words, that is called negative correlation, guys, the terminology. So in the world of data science, machine learning, we'll be talking in terms of correlation and causation, guys, okay? So here is another group of students. A group of students got good marks in English, also got good marks in mathematics. Okay, imagine there is a school. Bhagavat went to a school. In his school, in 10th class, he took us a group of 10th class students' marks. He observed all the students are getting good marks in English. All those students who got good marks in English in class 10th section A also got good marks in mathematics. So now Bhagavat decides, imagine Bhagavat went to that school, he became the principal. Bhagavat now decides, okay, we'll go to 10th B. Let's say there's another section 10th B. What he's doing is, he's telling the teachers, we should train the students well in English so that they will get good marks in mathematics. Everybody understanding that, guys? Do you think that is right? Do you think that is wrong? Do you think that is okay or not okay? There are a group of students who got in a class, they got good marks in English, they also got good marks in mathematics. Now can you go to other classes and tell them, hey guys, all the classes train them well in English and they'll get good marks in mathematics? Why, Grishma? Can you take a guess? That's a good answer. Gentlemen, ladies, that is called causation. Correlation does not imply causation. Okay? So the myth is, India loses a match if Sachin Tendulkar hits a century. What's happening is, whenever Sachin is hitting a century, India is losing. So Sachin hits a century in India, it says it wins here, but it should say it loses. Let's say the last four or five games when Sachin was hitting a century, India lost. Does that mean if you can make Sachin hit a century, India will lose a game, guys? Let's say tomorrow there's a game with Australia and they would obviously like to win. Can they say, hey, let's make Sachin hit a century and India will lose? Is it right? Is it wrong? Is it okay? Not okay? What do you think, guys? Any thoughts? That's not okay, definitely, guys. Okay, so that is called causation. There is some, okay, foolishness is slightly, slightly too deep there. We don't have to be so negative there. But okay, so in other words, that is called causation, guys. Okay, so that is the kind of machine learning thinking. These are the kinds of things that we look in the world of machine learning. And here comes data of a few companies. We have a few companies where we have the profit. We have R&D, how much they're spending on R&D, how much they're spending on administration, how much they're spending on marketing and state. Okay, what we need to do is, we take this data, we can build a model. In other words, we can give it an algorithm. And then what will the model do? In the model, the profit of a company can depend on many things. What is it? It can depend on R&D, it can depend on administration. Do you think the profit of a company will depend on R&D, guys? How many of you think it will depend on R&D? Okay, how about marketing, guys? Do you think the profit also depends on marketing? Okay, between marketing and R&D, which one do you think is more important for a company, guys? Okay, that is where we can give it to a model. And what is that? Y is profit. X is, let's say, R&D. Profit can depend on other variables also. What is this? This is called building a model. This is called, more precisely, feature engineering. Trying to understand which one is more important versus which one is not important. Do you think the profit of a company will depend on the phone number of a company? As simple as that. That is called feature engineering. There are some things we can understand, but there are some things we cannot understand. If you go into the healthcare or a very scientific domain, you will not be able to understand them. That is where we will use the machine learning and try to understand which are the variables which are important and which are causing the profit to increase, guys. That is what we do as part of building a model. You should give the right data. If you give the right data, what you will get is a good prediction. If you don't give the right data, you will get garbage. If you give garbage, what is garbage? Profit does not depend on the phone number. That is garbage. How much Sachin will depend, how much Sachin will score may depend on the temperature, may depend on a bowling pitch or a batting pitch, but it does not depend on his phone number or how many or anybody's phone number. Catching it, guys? So that is where we build a model. The model will give us an output and say, it'll give us a metric called R square. And using the R square, we try to understand if the model is working well or not, guys. Okay, so again, that is what we do as a modeling, guys. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Everybody doing okay, guys? Can you give me a quick yes? Just checking. How's others doing? Okay, sorry if I'm boring you or if I'm taking too long here. Let's see where we are. I think we still have about 50 minutes here, but let's see. Hopefully if you're not getting bored and things like that, let's see what we have here. Thank you all so very much. Thank you to the Academy. Thank you to all of you in this room. I have to congratulate the other incredible nominees this year. The Revenant was the product of the tireless efforts of an unbelievable cast and crew. What do you think is this one, guys? What does it look like to you? What does it sound like to you? Okay, so Revenant is a movie. It is an Oscar award speech, as simple as that. Cool. Take a look at this. Now, okay, maybe this is a slightly tough question. If you take a look at this one and this one, what is the difference, guys? What did I do here? Okay, simple answer. I just separated the sentences. Classification is a big word in the world of machine learning, Justin. There's a lot of meaning in it. Okay, we are not classifying it. We just separated the sentences, as simple as that. Now take a look at this. What do you think we have done here? We just converted everything to lowercase. Now, can you take a guess what we have done here? We have counted each word, how many times it's appearing. What is special about the word the? Why is there a tick mark there? It is the highest number of times it's appearing. The word the is appearing the highest number of times. Now, take a look at this. That's the word count, that is true. What we are doing is, we are taking the number which is appearing maximum number of times, we are dividing it by everything, we get this one. Cool. Now, take a look at this. Take a look at, and can you take a guess what's happening here? Thank you all so very much is the first line. You're taking, these are all called the weights, you're summing them up. Take a look at this. This is our speech. What's happening here is each line, we have calculated the weights, we have summed them up, and imagine we got this one. What's special here, guys? Good answer, Alan. So if you notice, we have sorted it. Each line we have sorted. Take a look at this. What is special about these two? Can you take a guess? These are the two lines which are the maximum score. The Revenant was the product of the tireless efforts of an unbelievable cast and crew. Thank you to all of you in this room. That is called a summary. That is the mathematics behind it. That is how the machine learning concepts are going to look like. You don't need to be a PhD in statistics to do concepts like that, guys. Okay, that's a touch of it. Take a look at this. In real world, you take the same concept applied to global warming. If you access this page, it is probably 15 to 25 pages long. Take a look at this. This is the summary of that page. The major causes of global current climate change are primarily greenhouse gases and secondarily land uses changes and aerosols and so. The long-term effects of global warming include further ice melting, ocean warming, sea level. We are today worrying about COVID and Corona, but tomorrow global warming is going to become a very major challenge for the people around the world, guys, okay? So global anthropogenic greenhouse gas emissions into 2018 exclude land use, while aerosols typically limit global warming by reflecting sunlight, black carbon, okay, and so on. Public attention increased over the summer. The global warming became the dominant popular term. In other words, that is the summary of that 15 to 25 pages of Wikipedia global warming page. This is called text summarization. What do? We will be using some machine learning concepts and to come up with summaries like that. Why? People don't have time to read 15 to 25 pages many times, okay? They would like to get the most important parts of it, which is where we can use the summary. Okay, if you go one step deep, at a mathematical level, what is happening is, take a look at coal. It is coal which seems to be hurting Mother Earth. It is the coal which is contributing the maximum towards the global warming. If we can somehow reduce the coal, what can we do? We can go ahead and probably save a better future for our next generations, guys, okay? What is this? If we don't do that, this is how globe is going to get warm. The orange color and the green color is our forecast or is our prediction. These are the techniques that you are going to be learning. Everybody with me, guys? Can you give me a quick yes? Cool. Okay. So let's see what else I have. There comes the thing and so on. Okay, so a few more slides on machine learning and things like that, but let me come back here. Let me give you a quick touch of deep learning. I'll skip a few slides on machine learning. We'll save them for our course and things like that. Let's come back to deep learning. Remember the mantra, invest in knowledge. Knowledge is the best investment. So imagine Aparanjini. She's a kid. On one side of her, she has water. On another side of her, she has a fire. So let's come here. Let's choose this one. Here's Aparanjini. On one side of her, she has fire. On another side of her, she has water. Whenever she touches fire, what we will do is we'll take away the rewards or what is called points. When she touches water, we'll give her rewards or points. It is called reward-based learning. Deep learning is called reward-based learning, guys, okay? Aparanjini is a kid. She's called an agent. It is also called agent-based learning or reward-based learning, guys, okay? Imagine you have let's choose this one. Choose this one. Imagine here's a vessel. This vessel is hot. You tell Aparanjini, don't touch this vessel, your fingers will burn. So what is Aparanjini doing? Aparanjini is never touching this vessel. For the sake of simplicity, imagine here is Raj. What is Raj doing? Raj, also we tell him, hey buddy, don't touch this vessel. It is hot. If you touch it, your fingers will burn. But now what's happening is, here is another hot vessel. Here is another hot vessel. Here is another hot vessel. If you go to Aparanjini, what Aparanjini can do is, she will never touch this because she is learning. But it is not a guarantee she will not touch these things. She may touch these things. But come to Raj. What will he do? If you tell him, don't touch this hot vessel, he is not touching any vessel which is hot. That is deep learning. Raj's learning is a bit more deeper than Aparanjini. Everybody with me, guys. When machine learning fails, deep learning comes to your rescue. Is another friendly mantra. What we call as a friendly mantra is what it is, guys, okay? Everybody with me, guys? Can you give me a quick yes? That's a quick touch of deep learning. I'll try to explain you a little bit, but everybody okay so far? Cool. So let's move and let's get into a little bit. Artificial intelligence is everywhere. Or in other words, AI is the new electricity. Anybody here who does not use electricity, guys? Aparanjini, you don't use electricity? Ahmad, no means you, no means no, no means yes. Guys, can you imagine anybody not using electricity, guys? You go to the most remote place today, where all electricity is helping us in increasing the quality of our lives and things like that. So artificial intelligence is becoming like that. About 100 years ago, electricity transformed every major industry. AI has advanced to the point where it has power to transform. Today, when people are referring to the AI, they're more precisely referring to the machine learning and deep learning. Any decision that they are making, they can also verify with the data. Okay, that is what they mean by AI is everywhere. They will use the humans and things like that, but they're also making use of AI to make things simple, easy, and more improve the quality of their decisions, guys, okay? So again, AI, imagine it's like cricket. What do you do? If you have to win a game and you cannot win a game taking singles, what do? You hit the force. That is machine learning. Learning how to hit the force is machine learning. That is the heart of cricket. When you cannot win the game using hitting force, what do? You hit sixes. What is that? That is deep learning. When humans fail, bring in machines. When that is machine learning. When machine learning fails, bring in deep learning. Okay, guys, that is learning how to hit the sixes is what it is. In the next 5 years, if you're an underwriter, bank teller, accountant, or a taxi driver, you're going to lose your job. AI is going to take it over. In the next 10 years, if you're a financial analyst, construction worker, or a farmer, you're going to lose your job. AI is going to be taking over. University of Nottingham researchers created an AI system that scanned routine medical data to predict which patients would have strokes or heart attacks within 10 years. In the next 10 years, this AI system from University of Nottingham is going to predict who's going to get a heart attack. What is the advantage of it, guys? Is that good or bad? You have an AI system which is predicting who's going to get a heart attack in the next 10 years. Okay, you think that is good? I think that is super good. Okay, now what happens If you know somebody is going to get a heart attack, what will you do? Well, that is what hospitals are doing. They make a prediction of all their patients. If somebody is going to get a heart attack, they're going to call them and they're going to tell them, they're going to advise them, take the necessary precautions, measures, and things like that. Right, guys? So, if you're going to do that for every patient and nobody is going to get a heart attack, what is the problem, guys? Is it good or bad? Lakshmi, I think that is super good. Okay, so what is the problem if nobody gets a heart attack? No more hospitals. Good one there. Okay, simple answer. Maybe no need of hospitals. Okay, acceptable. But more precisely, the world will become a better place. Imagine somebody in your family got a heart attack. How much we will all be impacted, guys, both mentally and emotionally and things like that. And you are getting rid of a thing like that. What is that? That is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is not coming to take your jobs. It is coming to do something humans cannot do. If a doctor looks at a human, he will not be able to predict exactly. In a day, a doctor can look at 10 or maybe 20 patients, but artificial intelligence system can scan through millions and millions of customers' data and make a prediction, not just on an daily basis, but on an hourly basis, if somebody is going to get a heart attack. So if nobody is going to get a heart attack, that is a world, that is a healthy world. Have you ever imagined a healthy world in your life, guys? A world like that? Welcome to the demo of data science and artificial intelligence. That is artificial intelligence. It is not coming to steal our jobs. It is coming to do the things which are not possible by humans. Catching it, guys? Everybody with me on that? Can you give me a quick yes? Is the prediction going to be 100% correct? No. Yes or no? We cannot say, buddy. Okay, those things are handleable. So today, what University of Nottingham is doing is, they're building a system, they're extending that concept to every disease on earth. Okay, for which they need data. And what will happen? If you are able to predict every disease, you make a better world, you make a super good world, you make a healthy world. Gentlemen, ladies, to be happy, you don't need $1 million in your bank account. If you're healthy, health is, what is health, guys? What is health? Let's see. You don't know what is health? Health is wealth. Health is super wealth. And if everybody is healthy, it is a very, very good thing, guys. Okay, in short and in sweet, well, that is artificial intelligence. Imagine a physician looks at a human eye. He or she can recognize 2 or 3 diseases in the eye. Give it to a machine. Using machine learning techniques, it is able to detect 50 diseases in the eye. That is machine learning. That is artificial intelligence, guys, okay? So, gentlemen, remember, machine learning, deep learning are becoming the fundamentals of the game. Any job, any domain, they are trying to understand how to use these concepts. What you need to know, understand is pass, catch, and shoot. How do you use them? How do you use a hammer? How do you use a screwdriver? In your domain is what company is trying to understand. That's where you'll be needed. Everybody with me, guys? Can you give me a quick yes? What do you see, guys? What do you see? Good one. Short answer. Okay. So this is a face. If you look from front, it looks like somebody's looking at the side. If you're looking from the side, it looks like somebody's looking at the front. Okay. So take a look at this. What do you see here? Cool. So let's come here. You see women. Okay, good one there. A kid. Good one there. Okay, so take a look at this. So for me, my eyes see an old woman. This is a old lady. That's, maybe, I think, something like I think this is called scarf, and this is her head, the hair, and things like that. Some people say they are seeing mountains. Some people say they see, more art here. Some people see a crow here. Some people see a feather here. Some people see very, very pattern which my eyes don't catch. Is some people see there is a girl or a lady who's looking at that side, the back side, in a reverse way. I don't know how many of you are able to catch it. What is it? That is the problem with humans. We cannot find all the patterns. That is where deep learning or convolutional neural networks come to our rescue. This is what my daughter said she was observing. She observed some mountains, she observed grass, a boy, a tidal wave, she said, and a cloth. She's in she's going to 6th class, guys, okay? So different eyes catch different patterns. In other words, humans don't catch all the patterns. That's where deep learning comes to your rescue. What do you see now, guys? Okay, if you look from front, it looks like maybe a rabbit. Look from side, it looks like a duck. Cool. So what do you see now? How about a pretty lady? But if you look for a long time, your eyes will hurt. That is where deep learning comes to your rescue. Catching it, guys. So what do deep learning does? It can find patterns that a human eye may not be able to catch. What do? We build models. We take the images, we build the model. That is what we'll see in the coming up days, guys. This is what exercises do to your brain. What does that mean? Data analytics reveal if exercises were a drug, we would say its benefits were too good to be true. Not only does it keep us healthy and help us live longer, it makes us smarter and happier too. Working out can enhance memory, speed up reaction times, improve attention, and alleviate depression. It may even stave off neurodegenerative disorders like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease, which means data analytics or data is suggesting exercises and sports, gentlemen and ladies, are superfood, super medicine, super drugs. You don't have to take illegal drugs to get pleasure. Let your children play. Every day, do a little bit of exercise. In your home, try this exercise, guys. Let's see how many of you can do it. I can reach my right to left, but I cannot reach my left to right. You can try it at home. But let's come back to the point. Gentlemen, ladies, what's happening today? Today, in our schools and colleges, we are not letting our kids play. We don't let our children play. We lock them in the rooms and say, do homework, study, and things like that. What are we doing? They are missing a very, very important thing in life. What is that? That is the story of the data. Imagine you're a Java or .NET developer. Do you ever think you will think in this way, guys? Do you ever think you will think of a healthy world? Can you give me a yes or no? That is data science. That is artificial intelligence. That is the difference between this course and the other courses. This is one of the best courses. Again, it is not because I'm teaching it, but hopefully you're getting an idea. But remember, gentlemen, ladies, exercises and sports, even if it is 10 or 15 minutes a day, when you wake up, you give that time to them. They are superfood, they are super drugs, super medicine. They are so good. They are too good to be true. Everybody with me, guys? Can you give me a quick yes, please? Cool. So let's see. Let me give you maybe, okay, one more last one, and I think I'm almost coming to the end, guys. Okay. So, okay, let's take a look at this one also, slightly interesting one. Google conducted a study recently to determine whether the company was underpaying women and members of minority groups. So what happened? This is what happened. Somebody filed a case in court accusing Google that they were paying less to women and also minorities. What did they do? They looked at the data, they analyzed the data. What did they find? The study led Google to increase. They found, to the surprise of everyone, men were paid less money than the women. Everybody catching that, guys? So as a result of that, they ended up increasing the pay for males, or the male employees, rather than the female employees. That is the story developing from the data. That is data science. It is a science of data. Catching it, guys? Cool. That's what companies need. They want you to look at data, come up with stories like that. That is inside. Remember, try it at home. Right and left, I'm able to reach. Left and right, it's been a few days. I think it takes at least 1 week for us to reach from left to right. Okay, keep exercises in mind. And that we have seen the example of a football.
Hazard. Hit well and deflect.
Okay, what do? We try to build applications which will detect who's Brazil versus who's Belgium, who's the football, who's the goalkeeper, and things like that. That's what data scientists do. And what do? Imagine we try to identify who is the person behind it. We write, data scientists work on applications which detect the programs like that, guys, okay? There's another example, generally used in AI driverless cars. Driverless cars without machine learning, deep learning techniques would not be a reality. It's detecting the person, car, and many other things, guys, okay? There's again, if you recall, detecting the age, detecting whether somebody is a male or a female. These are the concepts we need. That's what companies need from you. Cool, guys. That's why it's called the sexiest job of the 21st century. Cool. Let me see. Let me move on here and maybe we can wrap this up. A few examples I'll skip. So, gentlemen, ladies, tomorrow we'll be starting the course at 9 a.m. It's a diploma in data science and big data analytics. R, Python, Hadoop, and Spark is the main. Batting, bowling, wicket keeping, and fielding. But I will be focusing more on Python and Spark. Python was bowling, now it has become batting. R, I will make that as wicket keeping. Spark is now becoming the bowling. Many of the companies are now focusing on Python and Spark, or in other words, the market is getting dominated by Python and Spark. So R and Hadoop, I will give a slightly less focus, but I will focus more on Python and Spark. Azure ML, I'll also give a touch of Tableau, guys. In R, we learn everything in R, or in other words, some of the important concepts, but the machine learning, I will do it in Python. Machine learning and deep learning, guys, okay? So please share your emails with our support team, guys. They will send you a link. And Python, you don't have to be a programmer. We will learn from basics. And you don't have to come from a programming background, guys, okay? So just keep that in mind. Machine learning, deep learning, we'll learn in Python. We'll build projects in healthcare domain. We'll build projects in, again, that's a healthcare domain, detecting. We build a model how to predict if somebody has a disease or not. Today, again, these concepts are used in your smartphones, detecting, you can take a picture of your skin and your smartphone or device can predict if somebody has a cancer or not. These are the other algorithms. A lot more of them are there. There are close to 15 to 20 of them, guys. I couldn't fit everything here. Then there is Spark. And again, Python is going to be, I'm going to be dominated by Python here, and then followed by Spark. Then comes the R programming and things like that. Tableau, I will not make you an expert. I will just give you a touch of Tableau, guys. Just enough knowledge that should put you in a good position and things like that. These are some of the deep learning algorithms that we'll be learning. It's used in almost any domain. You're coming from healthcare, marketing, social media, credit insurance, and anything. So again, another example where they're using the deep learning techniques to help and plant 1 trillion trees. They are identifying, using deep learning techniques, they are identifying places on Earth where trees will grow well, where the density of the sand and everything is well and good, and they are trying to plant a tree, guys, okay? So time series, the global warming we have seen. This is the deep learning techniques, the driverless cars technique. There's our, big man, Amitabh. That's the eye detection. We'll also learn, look at a project which will help us predict Google stock prices. So you will also have an idea how to build models which will build stock prices, and you can get into the stock world. Sentimental analysis, a very, very popular case study. That is another one we'll be looking at. That's where we'll be using the natural language processing techniques, guys, okay? Some companies which are hiring heavily in India. Here is a quick example. Anybody wants better career among you? Better career, better salary? Want to get better jobs? Imagine you're a Java or a .NET programmer. You'll wake up and you'll think, oh, I don't want to go to my job. I have to write code. But data science is a field where you feel like going to your job. It's very innovative, very creative. Okay, this is one of the reasons. So here are some reasons why you can try to pursue this course, guys. Remember, very few people are there. Data can help. Data can make you smarter. If you have an idea of these things, the entire world is running on these things, guys, okay? You're smarter than others. That is the profession of the future. Cool? A little bit of fun. Now that you understand machine learning, deep learning, you have a good idea. Hopefully you're liking that, guys, okay? Just a little bit of fun there. It doesn't have to be boring. But gentlemen, ladies, what you should do, build up your profiles. What do we mean by building up your profile? You don't know R, you don't know Python, you don't have machine learning, deep learning, add them onto your resume. It's going to be roughly 3 months. The last 1 or 2 weeks, I may ask you to come during the weekends. The rest of the days, it will be Monday to Saturday, guys. So once in a while, maybe, I may ask you to come in Sundays also. So fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. What is the meaning of that, guys? What is the gist of that? What is the gist of that, of what Bruce Lee is telling you? Anybody? Practice, gentlemen, ladies. I will teach you batting, I will teach you bowling, wicket keeping and fielding. On a daily basis, if you practice, you will become very, very confident. You'll be able to solve all these problems. Please keep that in mind. Okay? So let's see. Okay, I have a few more here. And a few more. Okay, so, okay. Let's see, just about 5 minutes more, I will give a quick this thing and give you a little motivation. It's cheaper to buy a $35,000 robotic arm than it is to hire an inefficient employee who's making $1.15 an hour, which means this is coming from the CEO of the McDonald's. They are saying, instead of using a person to make the French fries, let's use a robot. In other words, those jobs are going to be gone. The only answer to job loss is universal basic income. Tesla is working on driverless cars. I think it will take a little bit of time in India to become reality, but once it becomes reality, all the drivers will lose jobs. United Nations is suggesting what is called universal basic income. If a driver lost his job, he does not have any money. Let's give him some basic income so that he can support himself. The plans are on. It's going to become a reality. ATM of the work will do 90% of the work of a teller. An ATM can do 90% of work of what a bank employees are doing. In other words, their jobs are going to be gone. Farmers don't have, if you go to a village side, whenever I go to my village side, they're always complaining, hey, there's no labor, we are not getting labor, it's becoming too expensive and things like that. Artificial intelligence, robots are going to come to your rescue. They're going to help the farmers, which is a good news, guys, okay? 80 to 90% of a job that a journalist does can also be done by a robot. In other words, their jobs are going to be automated. All jobs are going to be automated. AI is going to take all the jobs. What does that mean? It does not mean that it's going to steal our jobs. It just means that we are going to do our jobs with AI, not without AI, is what is the meaning of that, guys, okay? We're going to be doing our jobs in a slightly different way. Welcome to the profession of the future. What do? Inspire, aim high, aim AI, learn them, and make that your mantra. Cool, guys? Any change in course timings? Oh, nobody. In the evening I work, so I'm not able to take during evening, Raj. Akshay Kumar, Chandni Chowk to China movie. I don't remember Kunal. Okay. And sincerely, Tushar, sincerely. 9 to 10:30, buddy. The timings are 9 to 10:30. It's going to start tomorrow again. So, Krishna. So, gentlemen, ladies, any other questions before I wrap up, guys? The support guys, are you there, guys? Balaji, Sridhar, Naresh, are you there? If you're there, can you share the fee structure, guys? Thank you, Lakshmi. Appreciate that. Gentlemen, ladies, did every one of you find it useful, guys? Did you get a slight idea of what is AI and machine learning? Why is important? What is important and things like that? Just a quick feedback. That is from our support folks. Okay. This is just a workshop, buddy. Tomorrow is the first session. Tushar. And how can we join? I think that's what I'm trying to reach out to the support guys. You need to share your emails. Balaji, are you there, buddy? I think they're going to put it on the web. Hanisha, they're going to make it available online somewhere. They'll share it with you. You can refer to that. Yeah. Why don't you put your emails here, guys? Oh, Bharat, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. I've been here in this one for some time, so that experience is also helping. I'm also in the real world, so I know how things work. Thank you, Bharat. Yeah, you can just type in your email, guys. I think they'll be able to save your chat window. Thank you, Alan. I appreciate that, buddy. Nice of you. Let me just call our folks while you're typing your emails, guys. Abhijay Paturi. Oh, you have the same name as me. Okay, good, Abhijay. Give me one moment, guys. I'm trying to call them. Thank you, Raj. About 15 to 20 or maybe 25 algorithms is what we'll learn, guys. Mahesh, thank you, buddy. Yeah, it will only be me, guys. No others will be taking.
The person you're calling is not answering. Please try later.
Is this a 1 week? Nobody. It's only a 1 day webinar. Sorry about that. From tomorrow, 9, guys. Yeah, please try to be available by 9, guys. Background of digital signal processing. How will this help me? Well, again, Shabbar, these concepts can be used. You can forecast your signals. You can forecast some anomalies and things like that. Is a short answer. You don't need Python basics. I'll teach you here, Sukesh. In case you don't have Python basics, I'll teach you, buddy. I mean, that's what the first few days of the course will be the basics of Python. Yes, we'll be writing the face recognition. I will be explaining everything to you step by step. 1 second, guys. Sridhar, hey, fee structure adugutunnaru, evarni contact cheyalani adugutunnaru. అంటే ఎవరు లేరా బాలాజీ గాని ఎవరు లేరా అక్కడ చాట్ చేసి ఈమెయిల్ కూడా ఒకటి అందులో పెట్టండి వాళ్ళ ఈమెయిల్స్ అన్ని అందులో టైప్ చేస్తున్నారు అది తీసుకోగలుగుతారా మీరు యా ఒకసారి అందులో కూడా ఈమెయిల్ ఒకటి మీది మళ్ళీ ఆ ఫోన్ నంబర్ కూడా ఒకటి చాట్లో పెట్టరా థ్యాంక్ యూ Okay, sorry about that, guys. Sridhar, let's see. Sridhar is going to share his number and he's also going to share the email, guys. You can also, they will try to reach out to you. Tomorrow, this is the first day webinar. Tomorrow I'll start the actual course, Alan. I'll start from the first, this thing. Sridhar, can you share the, there you go. That is Sridhar. Thank you, Sridhar. And so please take down that number, guys. And I think roughly 3 months, buddy, Alan. Yeah, I'll try to put it online, make it available online, Justin. And any number here. Oh, Sridhar from Naresh IT Technologies. Notice that? That is the Sridhar's thing. 1.5 hours a day, buddy. Support at Naresh IT. There you go, guys. You can also, no prerequisites, Tushar. I will go from basics. I will hold your hand and I'll teach from basics. So just try to hang in there, buddy. Okay. Okay, guys, it's been about almost 3 hours. Statistics also I'll cover. Shabba. That's what the hypothesis testing, all those things I've been showing you. That is just to give you a touch of it that I'll be covering this. That's what I showed you there. Okay, it'll be, if you're into .NET Shakib, Raza, it'll be much more easy, buddy. If you already know .NET, it'll be much more easy. 5 years gap, don't worry. Even if there's a 5 years gap, if you're trying for a job, you should learn these things and try for a job. Without these things, there is no way I think people will accept you. If you know all these things, there's more chance that people will accept you. Python, no, you don't need to know Python. Python I'll cover from basics, Kapil. I think everybody's asking the same question many times. I'll be going from basics, guys. So please stay tuned. Okay. Okay, guys, for today, material and things like that, once the course starts, I will share, but this one I will ask them to make it available online so that they will, you can also refer to it during that time. Okay, gentlemen, ladies, for today, allow me to sign off here. The support Sridhar will be there in case you need anything. Please contact the number and things like that, guys. And please discuss that with Sridhar, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Alan. Something about you. Oh, okay. So Tushar, I have about 23 plus years experience, buddy. 10 plus years I lived in USA. Last 13 years I'm here. And I work on all these technologies, R, Python, Hadoop, Spark, Azure, ML. That is why I've compiled this course together, buddy. Okay. Abhijay, thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate that. Lakshmi, Hanisha, thank you, guys. You guys take care. I wish you all good luck. Whether here or somewhere, definitely learn these courses and concepts, guys. They will be useful. They will be very helpful. They'll be very valuable for your careers. Okay. Remember our mantra, keep learning. Learning is life. Okay, guys. Abhisha, thank you, Abhisha. Okay, I will be signing off, guys. Thank you. You guys take care and wish you all good luck. I look forward to see you all tomorrow, guys. Okay. Thank you. Bye for now, guys. Thank you again. Thank you, guys.